what the show is about.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and we are ready to go. Clearly, we're ready to go. It's a Feel Good Friday and we got all your wrestling action. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. I hope everyone out there is doing well and had a wonderful week. We're going to get into Smackdown. We're going to get into Rampage. We're going to talk Fastlane. We're going to get into all of it here tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. So grab your snacks, grab your Feel Good, strap in, strap on, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. Also, like I said, we got Smackdown. We got Rampage. We got tons of news to talk about, tons of rumors to get into. Blow up that chat. Say hello. Don't be shy. And we got all your alternative commentary here tonight. It's going to be a fun one. I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, we've got Friday Night Smackdown from St. Louis, Missouri tonight. And also, it looks like we might be getting close to it's clobbering time.
You listen, man, that's been all the buzz. A lot of people reporting different things. The trolls are out in full effect. The IWC is at war as always. I think, was it Soraya that said nobody hates wrestling more than the IWC?
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
Well played.
Well, to me, and I get it because on one hand, it is just we're the most passionate about it. So we're going to be the most invested one way or the other. It's when that passion crosses the line into obsession is the issue.
Yeah, it's that toxic relationship that, again, it's a funny as shit. Like, if you post something right now about go Bills go, it's highly unlikely someone's going to reach out and tell you to go jump off a bridge. But if you post right now, I love CM Punk, amazing, 400 people will tell you what a fucking loser you are.
Very true, very true, very true.
It's that intensity that I don't quite understand. But nonetheless, it is a Feel Good Friday. I'm going to say hello to everybody in the chat already. I see people filing in as always. Don't be shy. Remember, folks, we try and click on all of those buttons, but there's a lot of them. So if you want to stand out, become a member, get in the super chat, get the super sticker, and make sure you click all those links below. Be a part of the family. Check us out on all our socials and everywhere else. Get yourself a pretty little t-shirt if you will. It's going to be a fun one.
And like we always say, if big things popping, little things stopping up, the something season never sleeps around here. We got the lovely, Geratron 5000 there going on. Upgrading the systems here a little bit, 100%. That's why we say it. We're just everything that you guys send away goes back into trying to just do bigger and better and bolder. What?
Right. Next week it's going to be a digital monster truck. Just saying.
We'll be like Hogan and the Giant on top of the fucking building, just in monster trucks, just going in a circle.
Right. Let's go. But yeah, no, I mean, the Punk buzz is crazy, and people can love him, people can hate him. But you can't deny the fact is the dude makes news. No matter what he does, he makes news.
CM Punk seen local shopping at a local grocery store. Fucking headline for Dave Meltzer right there. That's that level of shit, which is so weird and so there's no one else, I think, in pro wrestling anymore that does that. That is that level.
No, not really. Not like, I mean, no, not to that extent. Like everything this guy does becomes a viral battle between everybody. And I mean, it's crazy to me, but again, he's noteworthy, whether you love him or hate him. He matters. He creates an impact. People pay attention. They want to know what his next move is. Where is he going to go? What's he going to do? And we've been saying for a hot minute, man, Survivor Series just feels right.
Just in Chicago. Well, then again, though, there's also, we're getting the, war on Tuesdays here, and allegedly we might see a certain dead man or hear a gong or anything there. So maybe, Hunter calls up Phil and says, I know we were going for Chicago, but what are you doing Tuesday?
Right. Again, insanity. And like I said to Anthony earlier today was, just the idea that he might be there will uptick in the clicks.
Yeah.
Maybe he could be there. It's
Oh,
that's who he is. Like, it's pulling out all the stops. It almost feels a little petty.
Tony's gonna just start rattling off like the New Japan roster of like also possibly appearing, card subject to
Right.
change.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Goldberg Ryback main event, Dynamite Tuesday.
We're gonna have Kenny Omega versus Okada just out of the fucking blue on a Tuesday,
right?
and Ospreay versus MJF. Just they just happen to be in the area, and we're looking for something to do.
No, it's crazy to me. It's crazy.
So real quick, just I want to piggyback off that a little bit.
Yes.
Is it interesting though that, and because I don't know if we've had a huge chance to talk about this since they've been out, is the rating for Dynamite versus NXT?
We haven't talked about it. No.
Right. And to me, it's so interesting because that's like an average AEW number. That's really weird and really like I thought this would have been a show that they just put the fucking foot down. They established like they don't crack a Raw number or a SmackDown number. They at least crack a Milbo, something like that. You see a big uptick. Instead, you just steadline, flatline.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's they don't seem to be too concerned because everything you hear from them is to the contrary.
When are they ever concerned about anything unless CM Punk is fighting someone?
Right, pretty much. And I mean, with Tony, he has to acknowledge that the ratings are what they are. I know people say ignore the ratings. I don't think that's valid. I think the ratings speak to a certain audience. If there's so many number of people willing to tune into Monday Night Football, there's a potential audience out there. So you get that gauge, week to week what they're doing. You can see drop-offs, you can see percentage change. You can't ignore it completely. It's a part of the overall metric. It's not the be all and end all anymore. There's more to it.
Well,
and it matters a little bit.
Well, I can just say we could say this even from just looking at us from a macro level of all the metrics that we look at with doing the channel and everything like that. Like, it may not be at current day, I guess, to some people the most important metric, but I think it is very much a good litmus test as to where you actually stand. Because you do see those big upticks, and you see, and I think especially with AEW, because they're so volatile by every 15 minutes, that you really see those lines of what draws and what doesn't.
Absolutely. I mean, very telling week to week. And again, I mean, that's where you talk about you want to invest your money in the people that are going to move that needle, are going to pop that number. It's not like, you even if you want to go to the other side of the coin, they're sending John Cena to NXT, for a point. They're not sending Rey Mysterio again. They understand, the difference between a move, somebody that moves the needle and somebody that just got booked. And they're swinging for the fences on this one for sure now.
But they do also now, this is feeding the AEW side of, look at the moves WWE has to make to go against AEW, but they didn't do that this week and still won. So this is kind of awkward now.
Well, I got two things to say about that, and then we'll get to the chat and say hi to the people. But first, do you know how much I looked or cared or paid attention to ratings at all? Not much. Do you know when I started paying attention to them? When somebody started calling himself the demo god.
That's the thing is, sorry, I was just going to say real quick, for the people that hate talking about ratings, they're the ones that brought this shit up in the conversation.
Yeah, I don't want to be childish, but you started it. Like, shit.
He's touching me.
Right? And that's what it felt like for me. Like, I really, truly felt like I never talked about the ratings very much or really paid attention. It was AEW and Tony Khan's tweets about, yay this and yay that, which he's allowed to do. And then you had Jericho bragging about the key demo. And I'm like, key demo. All right, but I mean, that's the first and foremost. Like, don't pick a fight if you don't want to be in the fight. You can't cry victim once you incite the riot, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's the part of it for me where I struggle. The other side of that is I really don't think it's fair, right? Like, it's almost like the WWE should sit their best people. No, we want to beat their, the people that have been on TV for less than 6 months. Don't you dare send your top guys. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're going to give the company shit for using their best against your best. That's not allowed. Help me understand.
But because I do get what you're saying 100%, but it's that you see them visibly stacking the deck or very much putting their best team up front. But that's the thing. If you got the players, might as well use them.
Well, that's the thing. It's only stacking the deck because their deck is stackable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's fucking quotable 100%.
Right? Like, I know, it's just like, wait, it's like, well, I can't believe you put LeBron in the game. This is bullshit. You know how good he is? We wanted to play against your bench guys. What the fuck? Like,
yeah, you can't be number 2 and then get mad when the guys that are on that are the starting lineup shows up.
Yeah,
you can do real great against the JV team, but when the monsters show up, now you got a problem.
Right. Greetings, Earthlings.
Right. If I hit him high, hit him high, hit him high.
But that's what it is for me, Nick. Is like literally, like, it's like this double standard that seems to be brewing over at times, and I know both sides are guilty of it.
But just personally, that's so interesting because I hadn't really thought about it like that. Like, that's I really like what you said there, though. Of the only reason it's stacking the deck is because their deck's stackable. That's the best line to sum that up. That's
like people are trying to hype up Ray. People are trying to hype up Ray Phoenix and John Moxley 3.
Who gets concussed this time?
Right. And I'm not picking on AEW, but there is a difference between John Moxley and John Cena. There's just a difference. John Cena. I almost said it by accident. But with all that being said, folks, thank you for tuning in, listening to us rant and ramble. We got more to catch up on. The Taker stuff is funny to me. The CMFTR trademark we'll get into maybe.
Interesting.
Right. But Damian, welcome back. Looking forward to Damage Control versus Asuka and Charlotte. Why not? Why not? It's going to be a good one. What's up, Ronnie, Todd, Rocco, Steve Chambers back in the house, Polo, TLD, Larry Mick, Larry Mack, Return of the Mac. Polo's in the house. Big Dog, Damian.
Hey, Big Dog, glad you're doing better, my guy.
Yeah, buddy, good to see you.
Right. We got Matt saying St. Louis, let's go. We got J-Boy saying it's in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, and friend of the channel, CJ is going to be live and in attendance. So if you spot CJ in the crowd, let us know, and CJ will still send you a T-shirt. If you send
CJ will send you a T-shirt if you can find CJ at the
show. Might be one of his worn, but you never know.
Yeah, it might be an old stretchy Fruit of the Loom. But...
Right. It might be the shirt he wore to the show.
Right. Still
Sonic Boom, what up? Hello, Wrestling for Life. Fred Bucks, what up? What's good, champ? Salute. Absolutely, 100%. So be a friend, tell a friend. I see 30 some odd people kicking around with us right now as we're about 15 minutes before the show kicks off and everything. So 100%. Let's see if we can blow this motherfucker up on a feel-good Friday before we go into the Fastlane, before we kick it into high gear here, which do we see any more matches announced tonight for Fastlane? Because it is a rather small card of 5 matches. I know that feels minute compared to Tony Khan, but I think it's pretty solid.
Like, give us more. No, I think we could get a match or a segment. Something's got to be added. And I think someone made the joke. It might have been Anthony of, Hunter seems to like that number 6, right?
Yeah.
A lot of 6s. So
that's how you know he's part of the beast. Yeah.
Right. I think somewhere along the line we'll get something added. I believe it was suggested that maybe like a fatal 4-way or some type of match for the ladies. I don't know.
Someday on the pre-show to go, no match on the pre-show, just another match added to the main card or a match for the pre-show. Because I think if you got a last man standing match, you've got 2 big tag team matches. Give those some time to breathe. You look like you're ascending, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna ascend away and fix that problem.
You're fine. You ascend away right here. So I'll talk to
my eyebrow twitch.
But I think you're gonna give a lot of these matches time to breathe. I think especially with a last man standing match. between Seth Rollins and Nakamura, and potentially, if it happens, because I've seen the rumor be floated around that Damian Priest could cash in the Money in the Bank at that show. Plus, we're also going to have Jade Cargill show up, allegedly, reportedly, supposedly. We don't know in what capacity. But I think that there's enough that it won't overstay its welcome, and you give some of these longer matches, these more severe matches, like I said, a last man standing match, you give that time to breathe, versus literally, all right, cool, before we're even done celebrating in the fucking ring, we're on to the next match here. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that they're going to add another match to the card? Do you think, are you happy with 5? Is that too little? Is that just right? Do you want to see them suddenly pop up with like 14 matches like Tony Khan does on his show? And half of it, the man records or shoots a whole week of TV and a pay-per-view on the same night. But let me know. Big Dog, KJ2 Enterprise, speed me up, Scotty. What? Yeah, he's clinging on. What? Steve G, what up? Steven Chambers, Damian cashing it in, less matches on the card. Fair enough. I like the less matches on the card because, like I said, you let shit breathe a little bit. You have a last man in the match. You have Cody and Jay going for the tag titles. You also have, why am I blinking on the other fucking tag title or the other tag match? But you have a lot of multi-man matches. You even have Bobby and the Profits versus the Lawo. So you've got a lot of stuff that you can let breathe for a little bit. It's like Survivor Series when you had multiple multi-man tag matches and everything. You had the actual team versus team. You only had a few matches on the card because you let stuff breathe. You gave everybody had a moment. You weren't just running through it at a breakneck pace. So I don't mind it, but I don't think Damian cashes in. I personally, and we'll get to the predictions later tonight, which, by the way, as KJ's on a pause, I will remind everybody directly after this, well, not directly, but about 15 minutes, give or take, at 11:45, I'll just say that. We're doing our predictions for Fastlane because we kind of were holding out of literally, we thought they might still add something, maybe at least even a pre-show match or anything. So we're cutting it close to the tooth here, but we're after this stream goes live, we'll be hopping over and doing our predictions on that. So make sure you hop along to get along. Jackrabbit, I don't know. I was trying to get there. Make sure you get there and watch us give our predictions for who we think is going to win at Fastlane. Alexis, what up? Have a women's tag title match. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Is there even a division anymore? Need a couple of number one contenders matches on the card. For which belt? Have we ever even honestly really had a number one contenders belt or contenders match for Roman's belt? Honestly, I'm trying to run back through. I feel like everybody's kind of just been anointed and appointed of you're the next one to lose to Roman. So that'd be interesting. Like I said, I think maybe you add one, maybe two, one on the main card, one on the pre-show, depending on, I don't know what I'd even exactly pick for those matches if you really wanted to. But yeah, I'm not super against it. Is Priest ready for a world title reign though? That's a very valid question. That is a very valid question, Pug. I think he's very much turning babyface. I'm starting to come around to that idea. Or if not, they're going to still respond to him like he's a babyface. I think he's getting there, but I don't know. Is the tension amongst the Judgment Day, enough right now that like him winning or him capitalizing, him turning babyface if he does, or he turns full heel and just goes that way with it? Is there enough right now of that tension's built up enough that would really feel like a big payoff? I feel like we could still build to that. You're giving it away too quick. So I kind of like that, Jacob. That's a good take. I like that one. Almighty Black Adam, AEW should take from WWE and having a short pay-per-view. Yes, 100%. We would greatly appreciate that, especially when it's on a Sunday night.
Absolutely. Speaking of, do I
There
look
you go.
human again?
You've gone through the transporter there, Scotty.
Back from the abyss.
Right.
But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What were we saying?
No, you're good. Black Adam was
For
saying how
pay-per-view?
AEW should take a lesson from WWE and start moving towards shorter pay-per-views. Because, like I said, I think it was the last AEW pay-per-view you and I watched, Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
I was like, he literally shoots, has an entire week's worth of TV and a pay-per-view all on the same night at the same time.
No, I completely agree with that. I mean, again, it's not really a criticism for those who get a little upset. It's not a criticism AEW. As a fan, cut it off. You don't need to drop in every match. You don't need 4 matches on the pre-show because you want those big moments. Like, and I believe you used it while I was trying to fix my camera. The word breathe, let it breathe. You got to let these moments breathe. And again, I love that Edge came out and it was a great moment. It didn't suffer all, but it's all, you hit midnight and you're waiting for this big moment. Like the energy level in the building, just based on sheer science, it is better an hour earlier. You could have probably dropped 3 or 4 of those matches easy.
But so we want to talk, going back to how we were talking about ratings. You want to talk about the ratings being down and everything. So what if you shaved off some of those matches that you wanted to have on your pay-per-view and just did those on weekly TV?
That's brilliant. That's absolutely
I thought that's the fucking game we're playing here, right? Is if you want to draw, if you build them, if you think they're good enough to be on a pay-per-view, then you put them on TV and that builds up your ratings.
100%, 100%. Exactly. And I mean, I know when Triple H took a little criticism for some of his pay-per-view booking, the same, that was kind of his answer was, we got like 5 hours of, TV to fill the next week. It won't kill us to have a couple of these matches when everyone complains a Raw's a bore, Raw's an absolute bore that, well, you know what? This week you're going to get a cage match. There we go.
We're wasting... I mean? Sorry, this just clicked in my head. This came on me like a bad idea. But so we're wasting 5 hours of, having those matches on 5 hours of WWE television. It's a waste. You're giving it away, all of that. And I get, obviously, the pay-per-view, and I know it costs $50 for 14 matches for Tony Khan. Sometimes it's quality over quantity.
100%.
But it's completely fine if we have those same type of matches on Tony Khan's 5-hour pay-per-view. But if we do it on TV, because we don't want to have a 5-hour pay-per-view, that it's horrible. Like they're giving us stuff for free that they should be charging us for, and we're mad at it.
Well, dude, I mean, I miss the good old days. Do you remember when they would give us everything on free TV? Hogan, Goldberg, let's go.
You go too far. Sometimes you do jump the shark there.
I know.
That's the downfall. That's like you put the worst example for that.
No, I was just joking. I mean, that was definitely the overkill days, the indulgent days, the maybe dial it back a little bit days. But right. I loved being spoiled. Now everyone's like, save it, save it. And then, listen, I got to sit and watch 3 hours. You got to watch 3 hours of shows like Raw. And we're like, please give us one match. Just give us a pay-per-view match of any kind, like something. And when we get it, we're happy about it.
We ended Monday Night Raw with Tommaso Ciampa versus Gunther, which main evented an NXT takeover. Like, what is there to be mad about?
There you go.
You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at.
So you do have to give a little bit away. Like, I mean, you got to give a taste for free. We want something. We got to know the goods are there.
I went to the fucking liquor store today before we fucking went live and everything. They're still giving away samples at the liquor store, folks. You still go to your local grocery store. You can still get the little wiener on the fucking skewer and everything. You got to give you a little dab. A little dab will do you to get you hooked.
Yeah, no shit, right? So, yeah, I think that's a perfect point of, you could have taken Starks and Yuta off that show. You could have taken a couple other matches off that show and saved them for a Dynamite, save them for a Collision, and they work well. They hit, and they're not a part of an absolute marathon.
Yeah, you burn us out watching it. We're watching it at home and get burnt out. I couldn't imagine being in the arena and watching it and not getting burnt out. But don't worry, I think WWE allegedly, if we're playing the odds game here, reportedly, is going to take Starks just completely off Tony's hands, so he doesn't have to worry about taking him off the pay-per-view. You don't have to worry about booking him anymore.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Well, that changes everything. But tonight is SmackDown. Tonight is Rampage. And we're getting the night before Fastlane. 2 big tag matches going into Fastlane. And again, like we said, a little bit of a smaller card at the moment. We'll see what we get tonight. But still a good amount of intrigue going into this. John Cena's involved, LA Knight. The Bloodline. Is there a chance that we get Roman? I know he's supposed to be there on Friday.
He'll show up on Tuesday.
Maybe he'll be there on Tuesday.
Hey, Heyman's going to be there.
I almost fainted when I thought Heyman was announcing Roman.
That's what happens. Just Carmelo and Braun ends in a no contest. So we get Roman versus John Cena as the main event of NXT. And just right at the end of the show, you have Hunter just spray paint. Suck it, Tony.
Right. For the first time ever on NXT.
Right,
Cena, Roman. Well, let's get back to the chat. We got about 4 minutes to ding time. We got about 50 plus people hanging out right now. Keep it going. We want to hit 100 tonight, so keep it going. I know the likes were climbing nicely, folks. We appreciate you being here and joining us. So we will take a moment to say hello to the people.
Something season never sleeps, but 100%. That's why we got the super chats, the super stickers, and everything, because we talk a lot. But I just clicked on this one because I personally like this one because he gets it.
What's up, Mark? I love it. What's going on, Boston? I said hello to Chambers, Dale, OG in the house, Pugsley. Welcome back. We saw Black Adam. Gilly's here, even though little mad at us, or at least me.
Well, we got Ladarian, new name, ready for tonight after last week's show. Shout out, my guy.
Yeah, let's go.
Tim, what up? I just can't help but kind of giggle a little bit inside every time I read out Tim.
Tim. How you gonna go against Tim?
Poor little Tim.
Right.
Breaking news from Endeavor: Cena versus the Tribal Chief for the undisputed title at Crown Jewels per Bleacher Report. Has it actually officially been announced?
No, it has not.
Well, we've been live, sir, so I don't know.
That is fake news.
But I do think, well, how did we go, though, from it going to be Roman versus AJ Styles to now it's Roman versus John Cena?
And when truthfully, I do believe, I know I was joking around, but I do believe that this is apparently where they're heading.
Really? So yes. AJ just too bad, so sad. You can have that.
They put him on the shelf like Pinocchio, bro.
Yeah, but you thought he was given something. Like, he's just been floating, honestly.
Really? Truthfully.
He's just existed. It's getting to the point, and this is, I hate to say this, but I mean, what we saw.
Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
Yeah. To where we could see if, I don't think they'd be stupid enough to do it. But I mean, what is AJ doing right now?
Well, yeah, I don't know what the plan for AJ is. I don't know what the plan for OC is. Luke Gallows is banged up. Mia Yim just smacked the taste out of Jimmy's mouth. Dude, I have no idea.
All seems setting up to it. And then if we're not going to do it because John Cena. So what are we doing with AJ Styles? We just let Edge go somewhere else. So, I mean, maybe we just keep getting younger.
It feels like we're getting younger. It definitely feels like youth is the movement here. And it's ironic that it's the WWE that's getting younger. But I think we saw it before in the past with WWE. They got to go through that recycle, right?
Yeah, and the other company just started grabbing older folks and everything like that. And that's a fun little Easter egg for everybody that's watching this instead of listening to it on Spotify. You just saw what I did.
Right. But you had Hogan pretty much done with the company. You had Macho Man pretty much pushed out and put on commentary. You had, $1 Million Man wasn't what he used to be. Rick Rude wasn't being utilized. And you saw those guys move on, and you had to go through that growing pains of Michaels and then Triple H and Rock and watch these guys develop. Austin had to find himself. So I kind of feel like that's what we're in a little bit.
Yeah. And the other side's got Jericho and Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy and
Jeff Jarrett.
yeah, right. Just our generations of Hulk Hogan and Macho
Right.
Man and Jake the Snake. They still have Jake the Snake.
3-hour media scrum is crazy, but the show, I believe, is kicking off.
I have then.
Oh, I'll let you know in 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Okay, I was going to say, are we close? I have now. Pause. Don't you say that out loud.
Said vigorously.
Yeah.
I got John Cena with his arms in the air, waving them like you don't care. In a replay.
That could be on the like in the ring or on the fucking screen. I have together.
I'm past that.
Oh, God damn you. So then
let me know when you get.
I have replay of last Friday.
Let me know when you get the replay of the super kick by Solo. Folks, SmackDown is kicking off. Remember, we're here for Rampage. Also, like Nick mentioned, we are here for bonus coverage. Don't miss the spot. Don't miss the super kick.
Focused.
11:45. So right after we go off the air, we're going to go back on and do our
splash. Hey, you want me to focus? I'm focusing.
I got the splash now. You still didn't say stop.
I didn't know I missed the super kick. Let's not act like you haven't been here before.
9 commercial breaks. What do we think, folks? 9 the line tonight. Woo.
I'll take it. I'll take the line.
Oh, you're gonna take the line? I'm gonna go. I'll go over. I'll go slightly over. Unfortunately,
I almost potentially want to go under, but I'll take the line.
Okay. I just feel like Fox is gonna milk this cow as much as they can on the way out the door.
I think they want to show that they can move at a good clip, but I feel like they've got to really sell Fastlane.
Absolutely. LA Knight versus Roman and Saudi. I thought we might get that, yeah.
I'd appreciate it.
But the early reports are it's a good chance it's going to be Cena, which I kind of makes sense.
Would you want to waste the LA Knight taking on Roman Pop? No offense, no disrespect in Saudi.
No.
Yeah,
I do not. So I mean, I'm good with it. And again, I think Cena LA Knight win tomorrow. I'm going to give spoiler alert on one of my predictions, but I think they take the W tomorrow. And this way, Roman returns next Friday. He's mad at the Bloodline, but he turns his attention to, at least one of the culprits, and that's where we get kind of Cena face to face with Roman. And once again,
fair enough. Baz, by the way, I have LA Knight out here hitting the LA Knight elbow here on Jimmy Uso.
I got the elbow as well, so you're like a split hair past me, ahead of me.
Oh, really? How did that happen?
Because you didn't say pause when it was your turn.
I didn't know things. Well, Boston's out here. Nick, tell your TV to be faster. Well, no, I have YouTube TV. So if you want to voice your complaints to YouTube TV.
We love YouTube. We love
YouTube. No. Hold on. Let me get to it. I'm not going full cornet here, but if you want to voice your complaints to YouTube and how to fix our connection so we can stream up perfectly, then you got that super chat, that super stick, you hit that subscribe, you hit that bell notification, you get big things popping, little things stopping.
Absolutely. I got Pyro kicking off, folks.
Yes, we're like perfect. I will crowd shot right now.
I will remind everybody out there, we have the predictions tomorrow. The prediction championship will be on the line. Richard will defend his title. Might be in an interesting battle with only 5 matches. It'll be that works out perfect because we're not counting anything extra because we'd also have Collision. It's a nice odd number, and it's one of those if it's small enough so you can debate it. That's what she said.
As I've got LA Knight coming up right now. Yeah, I know 100%. I walked into that. With everybody's saying.
Right. LA Knight in the house. AEW is where all WWE wrestlers go to retire. Sad but true. They don't retire, though. They won't retire.
They just keep going.
They stay. They just will stay.
Because this old con man won't let me stop.
Right. 7 commercials says Smile Mark. I'm leaning more towards 10, maybe 11. I hate to say it.
You think 7?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I somehow
Now
honestly
marked at 7.
twisted that in my brain to where you were talking because I was watching the Fastlane ad. You thought that there was going to be 7 matches on Fastlane. That's where my brain went, honestly.
I'm okay with 7. I'm okay with 7. 14's an issue.
It's always an issue. And
LA Knight.
Shout out to the dude that has the fat head of Kevin Nash drawn up like Arn Anderson in like the middle section on the hard kick. Like, literally, if you look at LA Knight, you're gonna see it.
LA Knight needs to go toe to toe with John Cena. It's a tough one because you're trying to build him as that baby face. It's a tough one.
No, it'd be another passing of the torch, like when he raised Cody's hand and everything. That's now become the new passing of the torch.
Right,
and raise their hand.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, interrupted.
Until man, my name is Paul Heyman.
Oh, LA not getting a word in. Not much, anyway. And the king of the microphone, Paul Heyman, interrupting.
My boy, this is becoming a weekly lesson, isn't it? My name is not Boo. It's so. Am I the only one that still though keeps getting thrown off because Heyman's really let the whispers and everything on the sides go? He's really going for like that J. Jonah Jameson look of it's just getting really whiter and whiter. Like he personally looks like he's getting paler and paler by the fucking week. He's becoming Paul Bearer just naturally.
What's up, AJ? How's it going? Has NXT become the new version of WWE CW?
No, it's gone back to being NXT Black and Gold.
Yeah, it's like black and tinge gold.
Yeah, I always said it's white and gold instead of black and gold. It's white and gold.
There you go. I'm okay with that.
I've said that from the jump.
Yeah. LA Knight. Everyone gives the yeah.
Heyman is so fucking good. This is good. This is why a feud between LA Knight and Roman Reigns is going to work because we're going to get promo back and forth between fucking Paul Heyman and LA Knight.
Yeah, and you just watch Paul just play the crowd like all night long, just plays them. It's perfect.
But see, that's the thing that's the difference is this company has a lot of people that can really work the stick. Pause. Really well. The other company only has one, and it's really exposing a lot of people. One, maybe two.
How you guys do with the fantasy hockey? We do good. We got a fantasy league going. It's up. Draft ready, and this waiting for the season. Pucka droppa.
Yeah, well, we already got moves. We got already things popping and transactions happening and everything.
I love it. Like nobody has any faith in their draft.
I went with like the probably like 2020 to like between 2021 and 2019, like all-star team is right. I love when I pick Claude Drew and you're like, he's still in the league.
I did that on purpose because I know he's in Ottawa, right? But it made me laugh. Like, haha. He's still there.
See, Boston even said Nick had a good draft. It was 2013. Yes.
You were mad you didn't get Ovi.
I was. Ovi is my favorite player.
Yeah.
I did mock drafts, and every time I don't care. I'm reaching. I'm taking Ovi. Give me Ovi.
Are you done running your fat jowls yet? Is LA Knight 100% main event status now? 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no other way to answer that outside of yeah.
Right.
You dummy.
I didn't buy any of your BS.
And how do you feel that Jimmy keeps doing this whole I got this, I can step in, I can take over him? He just leans on him and says, shut your mouth.
Yeah, Jimmy takes over again. And I mean, I'm curious how this plays out when Roman returns. Could it potentially set up some type of Jimmy Roman program?
I wanted that a while ago until we got all convoluted and we crossed streams and everything like that. Right. So where we had the face turn to then be a heel turn and everything. I thought we were going to get it to where we're going to have Jimmy's moment to shine of he got the babyface rub. Like,
are we ready? There it is. There it is. Okay, that's the Marcus thing.
I just need Paul Heyman constantly. I need that as a song, like a remix or whatever, of just him doing do 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 do.
Does anyone know what has happened to the EST? She's on a sabbatical. She's taking a break.
She's taking
it's
a
this wonderful thing. Yeah, it's this wonderful thing when you take somebody that's been kind of in the main event picture for quite a while, and then you just let them take a breath.
Side note, though, listen to the fucking reaction right now for the idea of this match happening right now.
Paul's saying no, don't do it. Don't do it.
If you heard the fucking pops, and we were getting pops and chants and everything of this is awesome and all of that, just for the idea of this match happening right now, like that's the thing is WWE's just fucking cooking with peanut oil at this point. Like everything's fucking popping right now.
Yeah, and I love it. Again, we keep saying it. I know everybody mad out there, but I mean, what a time to be a wrestling fan. It hasn't been like this in a long time, and I've gone through a couple decades. So, yeah, definitely do not. I do not.
This is the closest to the Monday Night Wars we've ever been. Fuck what anyone else has said. This is the closest we've been.
I'll give you that. And I agree. Like, I mean, the fact that we actually have the two companies, you know, again, really kind of taking pokes at each other, starting to scoop up bigger names. Like, again, we how many times did we say, I 100% thought Edge was a WWE for lifer, but they offered him an opportunity and we were wrong, or I was wrong. So I love this. I mean, who's next to go?
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about this?
Probably Ricky Starks.
What's that?
No, I just answered your question. You said, who's probably next to go? And I said, probably Ricky Starks.
Ricky's a good bet.
Or Wardlow, even though we saw him.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the first time somebody showed up in a prominent spot in AEW, then turned around and left the next week.
We're like, thank you.
Thank you.
That little segment there, as it ends with LA Knight being the hero of it. And while LA Knight's in the ring doing his thing, like John Cena's laid back. He's sitting in the turnbuckle. Like he's giving the man the spotlight, giving the man the moment.
That's even if he doesn't do all of this, and he probably will or might if he wins this match and everything, as we've got the Judgment Day backstage right now. And again, they're all back to being draped out with gold, except for JD, Bobblehead, Funko Pop, Farquad, McDonough. But LA Knight being involved in this match versus when it was potentially going to be AJ Styles. This is 100% giving LA that main event, that prime time, that top of the card rub. Pause.
Yep, absolutely. Here comes Charlotte as we're going to get the tag match next. Dun dun dun.
Little thick Riding Hood of fucking Charlotte Flair coming out right now.
Red Riding Flair is here.
No, did you catch what I said?
I missed it.
I said little thick Riding Hood.
So we kind of went, yeah. Said the same thing differently.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gangsters of the pubs and the sultans of fling, Big Nick and DJ KJ, the Twilight Express. What? The Twilight Express.
So are you the vampire, or am I are you the werewolf and I'm the glittery vampire? What's going on here?
Why do I see you doing better with glitter than me?
I don't want to think about that.
What's up, Jordan? How you doing? Welcome back. She is taking a break for a while. Exactly, Dale. And again, it's good. She'll come back with a new attitude. She'll feel new again. Yeah, I mean, WrestleMania season is a coming.
Well, and I guess she did make at least a public appearance, I believe, recently. I saw it reported of it was like her and LA Knight just doing a shout out for like Slim Jim. She's going to be like the female counterpart of LA Knight becoming the, slap into a Slim Jim. Yeah.
She's the Slim Jim lady. Pause.
She go whip that fucking Slim Jim with it.
Like pause.
But, yeah. You can have that.
Here comes Asuka.
Why did you say that like that? A.B. High by the or A. Johnson. I know there's also an AB Johnson that I think also floats around. This man's just
I
working
think
across.
I think AB dropped the B.
Oh, fair.
Dropped the B.
Well, no, he can't do that because he's the Buffalo homie, like I am, and everything. He designated us as the mayors of Buffalo, as everyone else is naming themselves like the emperor and this and that of so and so, and we were the mayors of Buffalo. I was like, that's the best you got.
Well, folks, we're heading into our first commercial break, I believe, Nick. And yeah,
second.
Oh, maybe.
We talked through
No,
the first
first.
one. No, we talked through the first one.
Oh, that happens.
I know specifically we talked through the first one because I looked up and wanted to point out we're in a commercial break. I was like, nope, we're talking. Just keep it going.
Well, folks, get your prediction in. Let us know what you're taking in this match or who you're taking in this match, actually, as we're getting a little bit of a call out for Fastlane. Again, another tag match with an Uso as we're getting Cody teaming up with Jay, buddy.
Fair enough. I like this, KJ. I can see your beard getting bedazzled, not Nick's. Thank you.
It's been treated like a Christmas tree a couple times.
That's not snow covered. Pause. She'll most likely be back in November. Fair enough. Jobson's laughing. Well, hello, Steve. Steve Elimination Chambers saying KJ and Nick Duck Dynasty. Just kidding, guys.
Wrestling Dynasty. Come on now.
Yeah, Wrestling Dynasty for life.
We ain't quacking around.
That was fucking. That's a dad joke. 100%. You can have that. That ain't what I'm at.
I felt it a little bit. I did. Woo!
Commercial break number 1. Curtis, I call your bluff. I call Insider Trading.
See, I said it was number 1. I was right.
You can have it. I might be too vitamined up. So
I don't
know. Well, it could have been, honestly, it could have been just me remembering a commercial before 8 o'clock started, because I forget that we go 7:30 before 8 o'clock sometimes. Because I'll pop in and be like, why isn't Smackdown happening? Oh, right. Yeah.
Now you know what's going through Nick's mind when I'm on one of my little tangents.
Exactly. Deep thoughts.
Hey, Pizza Hut. But we are on a commercial break. I think Nick's also going to take a commercial break himself.
Yes.
Before we get to any further. But Ringsider Anthony in the house. Powerball is now up to year's supply of gas. There you go. Member for 3 months. Congrats, by the way. And folks, if you are not a member yet, be a for lifey. We're working on some members only content, but you get the little gifts and stickers and badges and all that fun stuff. So support the channel, be a member, and congrats on 3 months. Big dog. Picking Asuka and Charlotte for the win. The Wranglers of Buffalo. Adorable, Easy Bake. Welcome back. KJ and Nick got that one. What else we got going on? I think Cody will go to SmackDown after Survivor Series War Games match. Possibly. I agree with that. I think we're all kind of waiting for Cody to be the guy that traded. we traded for each other. We just agreed to let them keep you for 2 months. All right, I'll take it. If we got to, we got to. By the way, big shout out to Ringsider Anthony. Him and I jumped on and did a new spot earlier today. So whenever we finish up wrapping up all the coverage tonight, go back, check out that video. It was a fun one. We kind of went through a lot of the things that Nick and I were talking through tonight. One of the things we've been asking the fans, one of the things I want to know from everybody out there, is Jade going to be a Fastlane? Let me know. What do you think? Got Charlotte's team for the win, Asuka for the win, Charlotte. So there we go. Not too many people picking Damage Control. This Tuesday, Dynamite will defeat NXT. I got high hopes. That's what that feels like. Good luck. I hope they do. I wish them all the best, Robert. I have my doubts, and I might not put my money on it, but hey, if they have one of those nights where they actually beat NXT and NXT has a really phenomenal night, I think we all win. Charlotte Asuka. Who else we got? Black Star says she'll most likely be back in November. Yeah. What else? KJ is Bobby Eaton. Nick is Stan Lane. I'll take it. I'll accept that. That's fair enough. I get Cooper Coop this back this week. Congrats. What did AJ say? The red robe on Charlotte looks stunning. Dale agrees. I agree. And one of my absolute favorites, Io Sky, coming out to the ring with Damage Control in tow. Dakota seems pretty nimble for a person that won't be back till January. Does CM Punk come to WWE with the real world belt? I wish. I don't think so. I don't believe it's worth the headache, but I wish. Could you imagine the apocalyptic meltdown of the IWC and the internet verse out there if he did it? Oh my Lord. The implosion would be ridiculous. If he actually did it. I would think even funny if he just came up with the bag and referenced it. I used to be I'm the holder of this title. Now I'm coming for that title. This way you don't have to worry about any lawsuits. Yes, from experience, Boston, absolutely. That's funny as hell. What else we got in this chat? But the match is about to kick off. Of course, we're getting Io Sky and Bailey. Anybody taking Io and Bailey? Anybody? Somebody? No. What's up? Charlotte Flair is supposed to be wearing blue, and we all know it. Fair enough, Terrence. Fair enough. Charlotte Flair and Asuka for the win. I don't know why I said Charlotte and Flair and Asuka, but you got me. Well, hello, Steve. I think I went full circle. LA Knight reminds me of Mr. Kennedy. Mr. Anderson? Not bad comparable. I can see the, where you would draw that from, Smile Mark. Not bad at all. As we've kicked off the match right now, and apparently my throat is cracking. Io getting thrown by Charlotte. Anybody picking Io, and you know what? I'll pick Io and Bailey for the win. Damage for the win. There we go. Mark's with me. Damage Control. Vince getting in there late. Io's wonderful. All kinds of wonderful. There we go. Charlotte looking like her dad every goddamn. Woo. Just go with there. Drake is in TO tonight. Right on. Flair and Asuka for the W, says AJ. Who else we got? CM Punk is a hypocrite for returning to WWE. Nah, he's not a hypocrite. By definition, he never really criticized anyone else for doing this. What he said was he was never going to do it. So he might be a turncoat. He might have changed his mind. He's not exactly a hypocrite in the situation. But no, I see what you're saying. I know why a lot of people feel like he's a hypocrite. But like I said, and me and Anthony were talking earlier today, and the idea was, well, he told MJF, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. But when your lawn burns down, and that's all the green you see, yeah, insert your green jokes, folks. Setting them up nicely for you. But when the green on the other side of the fence is all that's left, yeah, then it's automatically greener. It's better than nothing. So I like to think that he's a savvy businessman. I think the WWE puts making money and making profits over anything else. CM Punk has proved outside of the drama and the nonsense and the headaches that he's a draw, that he moves t-shirts, that he can make your company money. You put him back on the WWE stage with that marketing machine, it's going to make money, period. That whether you love him or hate him, that is just undeniable fact. Now, if you want to make an argument that he's not worth that headache, well, I guess that's for the company to decide. And right now, they're going to take the risk by the looks of it. Punk doing a laundry place. There you go, right? It would send the world into a tailspin, Chambers. Are you kidding me? Not to me, like Koopa. W, good song though. All right, now I got to work back up. Dun dun dun. Bailey costs Io Sky tomorrow night her SmackDown Women's Championship. That's my prediction. Now, we've been flirting with dissension amongst this group for quite a while. So, Damien, you think finally at Fastlane we're going to get the payoff to that? I don't want to see Io lose that title yet. I really don't. Yeah, I'm, maybe there's a disagreement. Maybe we lean on it a little bit harder, but I kind of want Io to keep that belt. Maybe it's just because I'm an Io fan. I'm not ready to see her title reign come to an end. I feel like she hasn't done enough. Not enough. Don't do it. I never go against Asuka. But are you ready for Asuka? Drake. What's up, Drake? Terrence, you got your flags flying. Oh, by the way, back into a commercial break. If anybody's keeping track at home, another one. Juice, Artist of the Year. What happened? Punk is a businessman. I agree. And that's what this all comes down to. Everybody heard what Shawn Michaels said. Well, any interest in CM Punk? Yes. He makes money. And people can debate this all. This is one of the best debates about the whole Punk situation is if you're trying to have a profitable business, a successful business that gets as many eyes on the product as possible, who's a better choice? CM Punk or the Young Bucks? Who's more beneficial to your company? Then who's more detrimental to your company? Because I think there's an argument to be made for both sides. Heyman can control Punk. I see what you're saying, Mark, and I think Punk comes in with a different attitude now. He's an older guy, just wants to help out, wants to lend a hand. I don't think it will be an issue in the WWE. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe he'll get bitter about his booking or his angles or whatever, but I don't think so. I think CM Punk's intelligent enough to know exactly what's on the line here. He knows if he goes to the WWE and shits the bed, it will be on him. It will be his legacy as the guy that couldn't make it work. Great talent, was over his shit with the fans, but just couldn't keep his shit together. I think he knows that. And I think at the end of the day, that's what he's going to lean on. That's what he's going to make a priority. Just fit in where you get in, collect your money. And again, he might get his WrestleMania moment that he's died for so long. He might get a better role, a more comfortable role, in and out. What if they give him like a, maybe not as aggressive, but like a Roman Reigns contract? Listen, you're not going to wrestle every week. You're not going to be doing topes and crowd dives. We're going to protect you, and we're going to get you in the ring for some good matches. What else do we got in this chat? I'm trying to make heads and tails of what I'm watching. If you're wondering right now, Io is in control of Asuka. Not bad. Bailey will eventually turn on Io because she has the title. Bailey's jealousy will come to light soon enough. I'm with you, big dog. I'm for it. But I want Io to be the champion when it happens. I don't want Bailey to cause the belt, cause her to drop the belt and then have the rivalry. But Io was biting the face of Asuka. Album. I'd like to see a match between Austin Theory and Dominic Mysterio. That would be an interesting contest. Not bad. I think the problem right now with them is they're too much in the same vein. Asuka throwing body shots on Bailey. Maple Leafs, my sleeper team to watch this season. It's their year, Chambers. I know everyone's going to laugh at me. It's their year. They're going to win the cup. I'm telling you. Commercial number 2. I feel like we're on 3. Am I that far behind? Dun, dun, dun. Did you see Jay Garhill at Fastlane tomorrow? night, KJ and Nick. She is in town for the show. Yes, I think I'm debating. I kind of feel like we might just get like, oh, look who's in the crowd. Jade Cargill. I don't know if we get anything bigger than that at Fastlane. Could she come out to a big moment, step to somebody, make her presence felt right away? Maybe. But I wonder if just showing her at Fastlane keeps everybody guessing about the next time you're going to see her. Like she said, I want you to tune into all the shows to try and find me. Heyman can control Punk. Got that one. KJ White and Big Nick is doing fantastic tonight. Or Kevin is doing fantastic tonight. I think we're doing fantastic as well. So let's keep it going. One company's into making others into making friends. That's the difference. And again, some people would argue making money might not be a priority for the other person. Asuka is such a badass. She was. I mean, to me, Asuka's amazing. I love Asuka. I do feel like she's becoming a veteran, a more veteran as we go. Speaking of a vet.
Oh, I was just saying, do you love me? Well, I'm like Buffalo Bob. Would you be?
Yeah, pause. And
well, no, well, because I was initially going to pop off right when you read the comment before that I was talking about. I wasn't sure if you were to get there, and I was going to try and pop back. Oh, God damn it. All right. What a memento.
I heard earlier today from the Angle show, shout out to Angle, great guy, that Vince McMahon denied CM Punk a return to WWE and that the distrust and hatred runs deep. If he reported that, I don't know. I don't know who his source is. I do not believe that's at all a thing. Not at all. I think that's complete and utter nonsense. And Vince, of all people, Vince has forgiven a lot worse than CM Punk. He understands dollars. That's all he speaks is money. And he knows what CM Punk brings to the table. He's been on the record before of, what was it, when he was on with Austin? I will take the guy back. Like, I will have no problem working with him again. Speaking of working with him again.
Speaking of working with again, as I've managed to un-John Cena myself. I didn't even realize. That's how you know when the vitamins are good.
Really good. EO, DKY need a makeover. It's going well. To get over her outfit is whack. She needs to go to the female assassin, look like a
I know your name
jersey.
is Vince, but is your last name McMahon? Because it feels like that's kind of fitting.
This feels like a Russo.
No, there's not enough bros. As I've got Asuka and Charlotte have Bailey up on the top rope. And by the way, shout out to somebody that grabbed the video of like little kids showing up to the arena and just admiring Bailey's wagon.
Yeah. Oh, look.
Double superplex.
Power bomb. The same old. We love this spot in the WWE.
The Tower of Doom. Which happens more, that spot or the back and forth chop spot?
Back and forth chop spot.
Yeah.
Chop spot. I didn't even.
Everybody's getting chopped. Everybody's getting pork chops tonight.
Yeah, it's almost every match. I mean, we need a multi-person match.
You see multiple times a match, even.
Yeah, touche. Bruce vs. Gallus on NXT Tuesday Pub Rules match. I did not know that was part of the schedule.
What now?
That is pretty stellar.
You talk to the people, so I will try and confirm nor deny this.
So the Bruce vs. Gallus on NXT in a Pub Rules match. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That might be a little bit of fun. And again, spicing up this Tuesday night. EO's on fire, by the way.
Not literally.
Not literally. Bailey ring psychology is top tier. She's outstanding. She really is good at what she does.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'm trying to confirm if that's accurate because I haven't been able to yet. But we'll get there. I agree. KJ costing Io the title will do nothing for Bailey. She should help her keep it till she's ready to strike and go after it herself.
I agree.
We just might get Bailey versus Io at Mania.
Ooh, okay.
That's
I could see it being a Survivor Series or a Rumble type match for sure.
Remember though, when everybody was sick of Bailey being in this group and just wanted this to be fucking over and wanted her to turn and get like kicked out and everything.
I still kind of feel like that.
Yeah, well, no, we're all talking about, oh, we could have it go all till Mania. Yes, as Charlotte picks up the 1, 2, 3 after the natural selection.
I think them feuding could go for a minute, but not too long.
Right, but everybody wanted before to just hurry up and get this over with. And now we're like, well, this could go for a minute. It's like, okay, so maybe we've all kind of softened a bit here.
No, I want it gone. I want it to crush. I want it to go away. I want it to I want the turn. I want it to progress. But yeah, Charlotte and Asuka beat Io and Bailey. Charlotte gets the win.
Right, as we've got Heyman and the Bloodline, or Uso and Solo, walking backstage right now.
I like the new prospects in the
well, they left the door open to the. Jimmy's asking Paul if he left the door open in their locker room, so somebody's obviously messed with their locker room. As the Judgment Day has taken over the Bloodline's locker room. Now does this get interesting? Because everybody's talked about Team Can't Beat Roman versus the Judgment Day at Survivor Series / War Games. Could we maybe get potentially the Bloodline?
No, it's interesting. But sorry, just quickly right now, speaking of that, I'm getting a package for Roman Reigns returning next week. The Needle Mover.
Well, I think his statement holds weight and is valid when they have to announce that he's showing up.
Yep. I mean, a little bit. I mean, for me, this last run here without him, I really kind of like, all right.
It's been a little slow, been a little not quite as bombastic there.
Those Roman Reigns returns graphics are starting to get a little tiresome.
Well, it's just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste.
Mm-hmm.
You can just set one and you just got to keep changing the date. That's all you got to do.
Right. The only person that can step up to Mammy, so I don't see it happening.
Why do you read it like that? Sorry.
What?
To Mammy? Why do you read it like that?
I just ran through it. That's all.
But I was like,
Mommy, Mammy, Mammy Ogrim. So I don't see it happening. I see her coming out with Cody Tuesday. I think Cody's announcement is going to be the Dusty Rhodes Classic, whether he's in it or not. I think he might just come down to announce that it's happening.
Yeah, he's very much been the WWE spokesman now lately. He's just, by the way, make sure you go and get to your snacks from the concession stands. We do have merch at the merch stands. 100%. That's been Cody Rhodes' role right now, I feel.
Right. He's becoming the little dude from Monopoly. Like, he's got all the announcements and shit. Like, that's what his job is.
But everybody was so salty after WrestleMania, and he's just gone nowhere but down.
Oh, I don't think he's gone down. I think he's kind of plateaued. Either kind of it's laying in wake. I don't feel like, for me, he's gone down.
Does the Cody Rhodes match hit the same as it did like 3 months ago?
I think so. If they announced that Cody Rhodes was going to fight so-and-so, I mean, I'm excited for the tag match, but if they announce a big Cody Rhodes match for Survivor Series, I think we'll be into it.
Is Jay more over in the tag match than Cody Rhodes?
It's neck and neck.
I would argue Jay's more over in the tag match.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it is to the overall fan base, but yeah, no, I think Cody is just quietly plateaued. I agree with that. I don't feel like he's lost. Like, I mean, they go crazy for him. The fan base they have love him, right? So I think it's just a little bit of, again, you can't have them just constantly at the top, just knocking on the door. So it's a little quiet.
As we are in commercial break again. I can't even try to keep track of which number at this point. But are you excited for Rampage tonight?
What's on it?
Good question. It is Tony TV versus Commander versus Lince Dorado versus Penta El Zero Miedo for a shot at the Ring of Honor Championship. We have Statlander and Hikaru Shida, again, the team of How Will They Coexist, versus Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir.
You don't know me. Maybe you do know me.
Well, now she's literally in the cut. Is it interesting? No one's made that reference and that connection that we literally have someone who cut a whole promo of "You Don't Know Me" in the same company as the guy whose entrance music started off with, "You Think You Know Me."
Right. They should have a pass crossing in the back.
They just do the Spider-Man point thing of like, "You think you know me," and then we also have Coke and Diet Coke and Jake Hager and Daniel Garcia, aka Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, Jake Hager, and Daniel Garcia versus Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor.
And the hot dog stand guy, and the
right, and this guy, and that guy, and Swimmy, and Swami, and even you, and I'm looking straight at you. Even you are in that.
Look at the standoff. War games.
Mr. Heyman and I have to have a little chat.
Dude,
so if it was ever, and to quote Chris Jericho, ever up for debate,
who's got the jock strap on in this family?
Oh, well, if there was someone, honestly, if you had to use the phrase strap on and strap in, you're looking dead at Rhea, respectfully.
Pause the fuck on.
I mean, Dom.
Yeah, well, 100%.
Is Solo's the last one to leave?
Of course.
Yeah.
He has to be specifically told.
Yeah, he's got to have Heyman go and tell him it's okay.
Yep.
You can leave now.
The mommy chants are crazy. What's with
the rat fucking?
I was just, dude, you stole the words. What's with the rat? Despite WWE getting WWE needs to improve the women's division, not using half the women's roster. I would argue that they're doing a pretty good job of spreading TV time amongst a lot of the roster chambers. But I do agree. They got to be booked a little bit better. Pretty good at getting secondary things going, but we need, again, a little more. For Jade's going to help. Nia's back's going to help. There's other names coming, so hang tight. I think they're doing okay, though. Could be worse.
Well, that's such a funny setup of speaking of could be worse, we've got a replay of Bobby the Prophet's taking out the LWO, which is weird that there's already sowing the seeds of discontent in here. And by the way, just when we cut back to Kevin Patrick sitting in between Corey and Michael, it literally I can't chuckle every time I catch it. If it looks like a kid in a fucking booster seat that's like just happy he's there.
Riding bitch. He's riding bitch.
No, he's just 100% of, hey guys, he's the kid that's just happy to be there.
All night long.
You contribute nothing.
Cena versus Roman bonkers. Welcome back. Yes, that is the rumor. Cena versus Roman.
Darian, what up?
Hi.
Saying new to the channel. What up?
Welcome.
Absolutely. Be a friend. Tell a friend.
So the low coming out, they'll be taking on the Street Profits, or Bobby and the Profits, as I like to call them.
Yeah, I feel like Brian Keith there, the Bounty Hunter, is gonna fucking send a cease and desist there to fucking Zima Ion there, because he's pretty much just dressed up like he is.
Did Ray not get the color coordination memo from the team?
This is when he gets kicked out. You're the fucking figurehead. You think you're better than us. You think you're ahead of us. All of that.
Why are you in yellow, bro?
Right. Why are you out here looking like a blue raspberry lemonade? Tell me he doesn't.
Bobby Lashley wants Jade in his group. I saw that. I mean, he was asked, and he kind of politely answered, but she would be a wonderful fit.
I was gonna say, no shit. I know 2 billionaires that want her in their company, so I would expect that he would want her in his faction.
Touche.
Tabernacle.
Solo might cost Cody versus Jay the tag title, and JD interfere on Cena LA. Maybe they come up with some like unique plan of, we'll help you in your match, you help us in our match, and that would bleeds into maybe a 10-person War Games.
But you'd have to add one on Bloodline.
I was thinking maybe.
Well, unless you had a female to counter, like, do we do
No,
war game?
Could the Judgment Day and the Bloodline, some way, shape, or form, kind of team up? Not all of them, but like selective 5 out of the group, and then
that's too much of the meme. Which, by the way, again,
give them Jimmy, Solo, and then you'll have Finn, Damian, and Dom take on the non-Roman beaters.
The non-believers, the non-believers. No, I'm just laughing at Darian just talking about all things wrestling. I saw somebody that was saying, cake for the newbie and everything. But yeah, no, you can't do team can't beat Roman versus team with Roman. Like, for fuck's sake, like, you can't have that man involved with it.
No. I don't think he would be. Maybe, it'd be cool if he was, but I have no idea. Maybe it's 2 separate matches somehow. We need more baby faces, damn it.
Well,
did you hear that? I just heard that. I just heard it. So they gave us an NXT promo, and at the end of the NXT promo, they gave us the Taker bell.
The gong.
Not Taco, Taker.
Well, was it a transition? Did a Taco Bell commercial precede that, or like follow that right afterwards?
No Kiro Taco Bell. So that is dude. People aren't going to be talking about that for the next 3 days.
But that's the thing, and this is back to what you said earlier of the reason why they can do a stack card is because their card is their roster stackable. And it's very much of what cool. So you're mad that your best show can't go against them fucking teasing their best show? That's the thing, is Taker doesn't even have to show up at this point. You're getting people tuned in just on the idea that he's showing up, like you said.
They just
at this point, you're showing up there just because. Like, that's the thing, is they can just tease that. They're literally Hunter's just clicking buttons backstage next to Kevin Dunn and saying, "You can have that." That ain't even what I'm mad at. But it's funny because the same other company that's bitching is the same company that had an announcement for an announcement.
Fair enough, but man, I mean, like the WWE. I mean, again, it's one thing to stack. They are just. We talked about them flexing. They're literally putting their foot through the chest. Like, I am Sparta. Like,
no one knew the T in Triple H stood for troll.
Right? Who knew?
Because this man is just like, I will fuck with you until the end of time, Tony.
That's amazing, guys. So they talked about Taker potentially being on NXT, and a lot of people were like, nah. But maybe.
I was like, well, let's call a spade, because we had in the group chat of you threw that out there, and I was like, well, maybe he'll just be showing up there. He's gonna just teach a lesson of, or even then because he's there, he'll do something for fucking Halloween Havoc. And you're like, when has he ever done that ever?
No, I mean, it's cool. What will he do? I have no idea what they're gonna do with him. It's not about it. And like I said, just giving us that toll of the bell. Is it like I can feel the ripples through Twitter right now?
And someone's phone, so many phones are getting set on fire right now because the Twitter fingers are faster than the trigger fingers.
Right. And again, it's almost rude, but don't pick a fight with a giant. You wake that motherfucker up.
Exactly. To quote someone else who might be signing with them, that you fired and fucked over. Sometimes your arms are just a little too short to box with God.
But Taker, dude, that's like, hey, do we got anything nuclear? Anything that would? I know we got Cena.
It's one of those of like, it feels so awkward. It's like seeing Hulk Hogan show up at like FCW or something. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
It's just funny. Like, do we get the whole big Taker entrance in that small place? Like,
what? All the druids and everything.
They should.
They go back to like the 90s like metal version.
Oh my, Bobby Lashley coming out to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. We will take your predictions on the next match.
By the way, though, now because if we've got talks about Taker showing up on NXT, does Tony get in contact with Gangrel? We get, get ready.
It's not good enough.
Showing up,
right? I'm telling you, Goldberg is it. Goldberg will be on Tuesday. That's what we'll get on.
You know what, Ryback? You're next.
Yeah, well, on Collision,
and the wrestling world just slowly implodes.
Yeah, on Collision, we'll get like a call out to Dynamite, and then it will be like just the words on the screen. Who's next? That's all. Just like the bell. It'll be subtle.
Muscle car. Well, we already had the muscle car infatuation with Ed, so we're just gonna get a muscle car that's like speeding on a highway, and it says like. There's going to be a road sign that says like Fastlane or whatever, or like running through Fastlane or whatever. And it's just a fucking halfway dig at fucking WWE. And it's going to be like Goldberg at the end.
Yeah.
That's fucking driving it.
All right. So up next, we got Ray versus Bobby.
If you are not taking Bobby Lashley, I question your sanity and ask why. Are you taking Ronald Mysterious?
No, it's got to be Bobby. I'm so sick of Ray rolling people up. It's got to be Bobby, bro.
But is it still, though? It's weird to me how they've like sowed this weird seed of discontent and, you know, dissension between the Hurt Business 2.0, I guess we're calling them. And I don't think they've been given a name.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, so they kind of put a nice little bow on that at the end of, you know, their little segment last week, right? Like they went and took out the logo and such, and then Bobby came out all proud, looking like Dr. Huxtable. And he literally
don't say that. Don't say that.
Hey, listen, I mean, I just said, look.
Everyone stayed wide awake right after that. No one ate any barbecue sauce, no nothing.
No, we're moving on. But yeah, anyway. So I understand they were trying to build it up of like solidifying their heel status. I just didn't think it was a necessary step. I didn't like have them get a big win. Don't have them get rolled up. Don't have them fuck around. Just be badass.
Is that, though, that they then set that up to where then, whether it be a Jade Cargill, whether it be a Bianca Belair or whatever, they get that, whether it be a Carmelo Hayes or anything, that they get that fourth piece, and that's what really kind of solidifies it. You find that, you know, missing Lego that really patches shit up and kind of makes the fucking full chain work here.
Maybe.
I think that's where they're maybe starting to play with here.
Mm-hmm. I think this could still work with MVP and Omos.
The Colossus Omos.
Right? You know, you
don't say no mas to Omos.
Right? Yeah, I mean, that's what it kind of feels like to me a little bit, is that they need a little bit of something more. You're right. But I need a little bit of something more. So
you need a little something, pause. Do something strange for a little piece of change. As KJ is going to take a pause for the cause. As I've still got Bobby Lashley. I've got him going up for the Dominator right now on Ray. Oh, went for the flip over there as Ray counters it into chest kick and then a springboard for a two go. Lash Legend for Strictly Business. 100%. I'm a big fan of Lash Legend as well. I kind of honestly, like I've said before, metaphor is growing on me. And that's the thing. I think that's the differentiating between, at the end of the day, how you feel if you're a WWE loyalist or an AW loyalist, as we randomly just cut to commercial break right now, as someone can keep track of it for me, because at this point, I don't know if it's 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. But NXT, everything has this lore, has this build, has this progression through it. Everything with AW very much is like, well, this happened last week, so this has to happen this week. Like there's no literally nothing seems like it was planned out to happen. I'll say that. Well, Ray is obviously a Michigan fan. He's wearing their colors. Colleges just don't own like specific colors. I mean, if he had a giant M or something for like Mysterio or whatever, I mean, fine. But like Alabama doesn't, or I was gonna say, fucking Georgia doesn't own like red and black. Either that or he's sucking up to the Steiners. Pause. Money, Rachel Ray, the dog food lady. Well, what are we talking about? I'd love to see Rachel Ray in the WWE division. Yeah, what? Where did that come from? That's obscure shit, as I've got an Arby's commercial. Speaking of obscure shit, when's the last time you saw an Arby's? Ray is wearing St. Louis Blues colors. See, there you go. Point ahead, look smart. I'm surprised that, KJ, the hockey fan, didn't pick it up. But then again, I didn't either. But it's interesting, though, that he's the one going, I guess, out of the uniform or whatever. Like, he gets to be the unique one, as everybody else is wearing the LWO colors rather than, maybe Ray just be a team player. What? No more vitamins for you, says Vance. Fair enough. Kevin showing out Boston because they're in St. Louis. Yes, they are. Well, and that's why it's interesting with Fastlane tomorrow is in Indianapolis. Why? So there's been rumors and speculation that we might see one Pat McAfee show up because it is in Indianapolis. And I'll take this bet I'll ask the peoples do you think we see Pat show up, even if it's just to commentate one match, if it's just to be involved in a segment? If so, what segment? But I mean, when it's right in the man's backyard, I would really like to see, and especially Christ, if we're going to get a table of Cole, Graves, and we added Pat, I really would like to see see how that works. As we're back from commercials, we're getting a replay, and but then again, it's interesting because I mean, St. Louis Blues colors are really just kind of Nashville Panthers colors too, or Nashville Predators colors as well. Somehow I mix up Florida Panthers and Nashville Predators, but Ray is clotted in the turnbuckle as again Bobby's got him up in the fucking body lock there. So 100%, if you haven't done so already, let me know who you're taking, whether you're taking Ronald Mysterious, whether you're taking Bobby Lashley. And don't forget, at 11:45, we're just assuming because we talk a lot. And also we've got Rampage coming up right after this. That pretty much right after we end here, we'll be over there giving our Fastlane predictions, because I still feel like they maybe might add a match, and still, I guess, unfortunately, at times with us, better late than never. I'm still 100%. That's how you know we got the most up-to-date card. Because still 5 matches seems a little short, but could happen. When's the last time Bobby Lashley really wrestled like this? If he's literally just locking on like body locks the whole time of like, I'm going to just squeeze the bejesus out of you. Like mainly when you see someone do like something like this, it's like the Big Show or somebody that like Omos. Like I get Bobby Lashley could probably do it to a guy like Ray, but it literally just looks awkward, and it slows everything down. It slows it way down. You just now catching that, Todd. That's Jessica Carr. Who are we talking about? What Todd? Oh, yeah. Well, notice how she's also not being a fucking annoyance, and also not spending most of the referee or most of the match trying to get herself over. Or eating a bale of hay or a carrot like fucking Aubrey Edwards there. Fucking Dawn Stevens there. But 100%, that's the thing is WWE is now pretty much all female ring announcers. It's got a good mix of even female referees. But guess what? We don't need to draw fucking attention to it, because guess what? Sometimes when you're doing cool shit, you just act like it's normal. Act like you've been there before. Versus Aubrey, who respectfully, it's a fucking triple threat match anytime she's refereeing a match. Almost in a tilt-a-whirl. Bobby's got him up for the running body slam, but he rolls out, so Ray rolls it into a DDT. Two count. Just started this on another channel. Well, why are you on another channel? You need to be here, my guy. What you talking about? This floor. No, I appreciate you. But yeah, be here. Be a friend. Tell a friend. It's great for us fans having all this happening. 100% of this is literally, if you are mad, like if there is nothing you can like right now in pro wrestling, you just hate pro wrestling. That's what I would say. I've never seen a ref sell more than Don Stevens. Yeah. Well, I mean, Hebner made himself very much. You probably knew, and that's the interesting thing is during the Attitude Era, as we're rolling up, we're going for the 619 as Bobby caught him. Oh, Bobby about to hurt this man. Oh, that was a really, I thought they could have done better out of that as Ray pops up and Bobby just smacks him out of the air. So we're probably going to go to commercial here as we've got the Profits there, kind of adjusting the collars, adjusting the wrists and everything like that. That's where I thought they would have gone to a commercial break, but okay, we're still going. Yeah, it's great for us fans. Yeah. Oh, as we're starting off the top of the hour right now, by the way, on SmackDown, as we're sending Bobby Lashley sending Ronald Mysterious, Rey Mysterio into the barricade. Commercial break number 5. Now, Curtis, I'm getting conspicuous here because I'm not on a commercial break at all, and you're calling a commercial break. So, I mean, are you starting to sound like the scripted NFL there? I've never seen a ref sell more than. Oh, that's where I was going. I was going to say, I don't know. I think a lot of you never knew who refs were more until the Attitude Era. You knew fucking who Nick Patrick was. You know who Tammy White was. You knew who fucking Hamner was. You knew fucking Little Nate. That's the thing is you knew way more refs than respectfully and arguably you probably should have, outside of just being a real diehard fan in that era, and nobody wants to talk about that. Lashley proven in this match he is a pinball wizard. Fair enough. Oh, as Dawkins. Oh, so all hell is breaking loose out here ringside as we've got the Profits. Did I just imagine that, or did I just hear that in my vitamin mind, or did that just really happen on their screen to where I literally thought I heard a fucking Mario sound as one of the Profits was fucking fucking spine bustering Joaquin as spear 1, 2, 3.
I'll show you a spine buster.
Pause. That's the only stance. That's the only smart stream.
But we get a winner as Bobby and the Profits steal a W.
Do
right, 2-0, 2-0. Pause. 100%. Referee bring more excitement. That and some wrestlers. I think you touched on that one. A lot of people sitting 2-0 tonight.
So Lashley picks up the win. So it very much, this is interesting as we're going into the match at Full Gear. Of course, it tends to be, he who wins before loses at the pay-per-view.
Right. 1-1. Smile mark. Him with the Detroit Octopus. Solid match teaser for tomorrow. Yeah, not bad.
Absolutely. By the way, fun fact, can they, you'll probably know better than I do. Can they still do that in the NHL? The third octopus.
They're not supposed to. People still manage
but they still do.
You can get if your fans flood the ice with stuff, thanks to the Florida Panthers, you get a penalty. You get a delay a game.
What did the Panthers do?
When they made their Stanley Cup run years and years ago now, they were throwing rats. Every goal they would throw rubber rats onto the rink. And
or was that they were just trying to control the rat population in Florida? That's what it was.
Oh, we're back to the heart to heart. Heyman and Rhea.
I was going to say, this is not the opportune time to where I mentioned the Bills fans throwing dildos out on the fucking field. Is where I was going with that. And then we cut to this. And I'm like, I can't make the joke now that I set up this whole time. I really like this. I like it. This is the top faction on SmackDown teaming up with the top faction on Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And brand splits be damned.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, they use the excuse the tag titles get the float. One and one. A Lashley spear broke right in 3 parts. Outstanding.
So, so Heyman says, if you excuse me for a moment, I'm going to make a phone call. I'm going to get this authorized.
Uh-oh.
As Rhea just puts the phone down and just says,
I like it, though, because at least you're speaking to the fact that the boss isn't around.
This is 100% big Rhea energy at this point. Like, can we just start calling like Rhea Ripley like BRE or something at this? Because this is just big Rhea energy. 100% of she's somehow as the top female competitor in this whole company, becoming pretty much the alpha, the omega to Roman Reigns' alpha.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, she definitely taken a top.
She literally just looked Heyman in his face and said, "Acknowledge me." If that isn't like fuck you energy, wow. I don't know what is. Rhea Ripley is a whole fucking lifestyle at this point. Like, my God, like, God damn.
I want to wear her like a coat, says Nick.
What?
Paul and Rhea, huh?
Huh? Yeah. You're going to acknowledge me. Just like your former boy, Jey Uso. Oh, so she's even pointing out of how she's playing. She's using Jey like that lapdog.
Yeah. Yep. It is Miss Rhea Ripley pulling
the Judgment Day or the Bloodline. So this is, it's a twist. It's an M. Night Shyamalan. It's a twist.
Ooh, and an evil Paul Heyman saying, "Call Roman Reigns." There's no way Wild and the other dude in the 6-man tag has to be Dragon Lee in there. I don't think so. Sorry. A-Town down.
Right. Well, it's interesting that we're getting Dragon Lee's at this point being more featured on main roster TV than he has on NXT, to be honest.
Yeah. KJ, did you do the fantasy hockey draft? I did, sir. I had a very good one. I am the Islanders of relevancy.
Yeah, he's the one that's current day instead of me that's still stuck in 2013.
I'm the one with too many Leafs.
Well,
I have too many Leafs. It's true. I never want to have that many players from the same
team. Well, it's funny, though, because I was halfway. I won't lie. I was partially eyeing Leafs at times. Like, if there was, like, a comparable player and, you happen to be playing for Toronto, maybe I just draft you just because fuck you. That's why.
It's like what I did with the Bills. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's not allowed. The arena prohibits octopus being brought in, though it still gets snuck in. People be tying octopus to their arms and legs and shit.
I'm having enough of talking about Octopussy.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like, imagine sitting through like 2.5 periods waiting for a goal, especially in the last couple of years.
Dude, you gotta go to the fucking men's room. You gotta go to the lavatory. You gotta, alleviate yourself, and you've got a fucking octopus just strapped there, right side by side. Like, Sunday. What the fuck is going on in your head right now?
This Sunday on Fox, the SmackDown Top 25.
Huh?
on Sunday, Fox has got a special called SmackDown Top 25.
Is this well, we're losing the rights, so let's get the fucking most out of this while we can.
I imagine like it's
I mean, I'd watch it, but still shit.
Right. Jade Cargill in the Bloodline confirmed. TLD to take out Rhea. Dun dun dun. Nia. Could be Nia. Yes, Nia. Cool Nia. Rhea, is all that. Rhea's really coming to boss mode, folks. It's hard to miss, hard to deny what Rhea Ripley is doing right now for the WWE. She's definitely got up to that upper echelon, and going face to face with Paul Heyman, that's a lot of balls.
And telling him straight to his face, acknowledge me. And basically, you ignore Roman, you acknowledge me. But no, was saying that she's all that. I gotta ask, but is she with a bag of chips?
Is it with the bag
and
of
if
chips?
So, which chips?
Damien, this is very good. Or damn, this is very good. adding letters in my head. Vance,
adding names and adding titles.
Commercial break number 6. There we go. Rhea is this generation's China. Yeah, but better. Like, it's an evolution of China. Like, China never had the mic skills that Rhea is showing. And I don't even know if she had the ring skills that Rhea has showed. Like, China wasn't the best of worker. She was just a unique talent.
China laid the path. Rhea fucking solidified the blueprint.
Fair enough. Yeah, like that's kind of what it is. It's the evolution of where
evolution is a mystery.
There you go. But yeah, that's what I think it is. I think Rhea's come a long way, but she's that next level. She can really go in the ring, and she can handle herself with the microphone. I don't think China ever pulled that off.
Right.
Why don't you listen to me?
Jason, again, shout out for becoming a 3-time member, 100%.
There you go.
That's replacing now the super chats of everyone just doubling up on being a member, which I appreciate. Could Miss Ripley be working with Roman Reigns?
No, but that's part of the story,
fucking
Jake.
Superman and Wonder Woman like storyline of like, I'm the alpha. No, I'm the alpha. Let's fornicate. Like, is that where we're going?
Hey, the creepy girls are back. No, I got Isla Dawn and Isla Dawn, sorry, and
you got that Scottish ginger exclusive that I don't have.
Yes, let's go.
Now I got him. Spooky.
I will throw this out to the chat right now. Reports out there that Triple H wants to continue the legacy of Bray Wyatt with Bo Dallas. How do we feel about that?
Oh.
Well, you have my attention.
You had my interest. Now you have my attention.
Right.
As we're getting the whole witch's cauldron here with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, which I'm sad it's taken them this long. I have said on record, and I will still stand by this, I get it. I understand it. I respect it on one hand, but at the same time, it's an inevitable dead end of you where I don't know unless you fully tweak it, and then are you cheering it just because of you're such a fan of him? Like I get it, and I on one hand want it, but at the same time, it's one of those of like, is it just because outside of if you're doing it just because it doesn't have a great ending, it doesn't serve the purpose it was supposed to.
No, but I don't think that means it has to go away. I do think you can carry on a legacy, or you can carry on a story, especially when you tie it into, his sibling. And Bo is a talent. I mean, that's the other thing. It's not like some under guy that they're going to give extra love to. I think it's a guy that has actual talent, was an NXT.
Yes, Bo is a talent, but are you just doing it like how it's like any sort of Brody tribute with AW and everything? It's one of those of how much to me, it's one of those of like, how much are you cheering because it's a tribute and because you're cheering for Bray versus Bo versus it's really because you're cheering for what Bo is doing. And that's no disrespect to Bo.
No, not at all. And I just think it's going to be especially initially, it's going to be a little column A and column B. You know, you're pulling in that fanfare, that love. That's why you would tie that story up and push it. So I see what you're saying, and I kind of agree that it will happen. But I think it's one and the same. If you come out and you carry the story properly, you're going to get a little bit of that love. You're going to get a little bit of that, but then you got to stand on your own 2 feet. You got to make it run. And if he can do that, if they can walk it, in a certain way that people want to see it, it's perfect.
That's a tiptoe. That's a dangerous tiptoe. I think it's one of those of that if you walk that line, you're more likely to not stick the landing than you think you are.
Say that again.
I was saying I feel if you're going to walk that line, you're more likely to not stick the landing than you think you are.
Again, it depends on what you're hoping to pull off. I mean, if it's here comes Grayson Waller. By the way, Dragon Lee and A-Town Down are in the ring if you haven't made a prediction yet, which, yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards Theory as well. Dragon Lee, says Todd.
I'll take Dragon Lee just because I'm still not even at Waller coming out right now. I'm at a 2 count.
Okay. I don't know what. There we go.
Now I got Waller coming out. I refreshed in the second after I said, I don't have Waller. Waller comes out.
Okay. There we go. We should be pretty close. Dragon Lee reminds me of a young Rey Mysterio. I believe that is the point. I do believe, Damien, that's what they're trying to accomplish, right? They've always been looking for the replacement superhero. Many have tried, many have failed. That's why Rey's still here doing it. And we will see.
I've got big drop kick from Dragon Lee onto Austin Theory. China won the international. No, she won the Intercontinental. You're fucking making me have a stroke here. At the Royal Rumble, she wasn't just a waste. No one said China was a waste. I don't know where the fuck you got that from, but you can have that.
No, I don't think China was a waste at all. I mean, she was a presence. She was unlike anything else. She was, I think Nick used the word trailblazer. She really did set a tone. She is a Hall of Famer. You
had the 7 wonders of the world, and then you had the 8th with Andre the Giant, and then you had Valid, the 9th wonder of the world with China.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, was the 9th wonder of the world.
Yeah. And I mean, tragic ending to China's story, but yeah, not just a waste. Just I literally think that Rhea Ripley is the evolution, is the next step in what China was.
Yeah, she's the T1000 to the T900.
Right?
Yeah, do it.
Howdy will be great. Yeah, I think so. I think people will be into it. Absolutely. I mean,
yeah, I'm not doubting that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, but they will be in it because Bray. They won't be in it because of anything that's going to draw that would draw you into it. It's a nostalgia tour. I'm so happy that this band's doing a last fucking end of the road
I don't
tour.
think so. I think it's when the band plays on. They lose their drummer, but they keep going. And I mean, this one they lost their lead singer, but I truly think that, yeah, if it comes out and you don't have anything to offer other than I'm Bray Wyatt's brother, then yeah, it's going to fall short. It's going to fall flat. But if you have a compelling idea of where you're going to go, people will get behind it, not only because, hey, this is a Bray
You're right,
thing.
but you could have a compelling idea, but could Bo carry that idea without Bray?
I think so. I think he can. I think, bro, I really, really like Bo Dallas. So I wanted him back before the Uncle Howdy stuff. Having him back as Uncle Howdy, I'm perfectly fine with. And I don't think people will just, go along cheering because Howdy was connected to Bray. I think they're going to have to give him something. And that's what the story is right now, is that Triple H is willing to try and build that legacy, continue that story into something. Could Uncle Howdy be the one showing up and messing with people and fucking around and causing trouble and getting in decent matches? Yeah, probably.
But that's outside of obviously I said about the nostalgia chair. But I think that's going to be my biggest concern is how much of this story, if we're going to finish out the story, if we're going to do the Cody Rhodes, we're going to finish this story out. How much of this story relied and was dependent and can't be conveyed properly without Bray Wyatt?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try and tell Bray Wyatt's story. I think they're going to try and tell the Uncle Howdy story, continuing off of what.
But then you got to get people to jump with it.
But I think they will, and I think they'll continue to support it. I think they'll be behind it, and I think Bo would, if they use Bo in that capacity, I think Bo will kill it.
I can't help but thinking that this is a bunch of fucking high wire acts right now. Like this is really, well, it's still one of those of, if you pull it off, it'll be amazing. It'll probably be one of the greatest things. But it's a lot of a gamble, I feel.
I don't think it's a gamble at all. I actually think it's pretty straightforward. I think you have the option, like either it's a short run that pays.
But if it fails, if it flops, if it's anything.
Again, I don't think. I don't know. You don't go into something planning for it to fail. So I think they would go into it with a good idea. Now it could fail, and again, I think if they lean too hard on the nostalgia side of things and try and repeat a Bray Wyatt, which you can't do, then they're going to run into some trouble. But again, I think if anybody's going to be able to pull it off compellingly, I think the fans will get behind it if they rebook it.
That's the thing, is I can't go fully against it because it's one of those of, if they pull it off, it'll be phenomenal. 100%. I will gladly eat that crow. Mm-hmm. I just worry that it's going to be too much of a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, but I don't. It's not even. I don't even feel like it's a nostalgia thing.
Well, okay, that may not be the best of terms.
Okay.
But you get at least what I'm saying of it. It's too much of the tribute act.
Yeah. Again, I struggle to view it like that. I mean, a tribute act, I don't think that would be the idea. Dragon Lee wins. Hi, John. How you doing?
Right.
Theory all day. Theory Jeff. Jarrett got China over. Kind of, sort of bumped.
I feel like Jericho got China over, honestly, more than Jarrett.
True.
They had the whole split title reign and everything, to where you actually had like the broken IC title belt.
Yep. LOL. Should the Fiend and Alexa come back? I don't know. I don't know how far you go. Again, you don't want to fall into that idea of just being a mimic. Oh, wait, up and over, down. Tiger bomb. We got a two.
Mm-hmm. WWE fan want Fiend Bray Wyatt to be on the cover of 2K24. The new video game comes out in March.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good.
I can't say I blame him.
No.
If you even have a whole Bray Wyatt edition, and that's your, like how the 2K games with WWE will do normally, to where like your career mode, or there's a progression mode to where you're going through like the career of like John Cena or Daniel Bryan. You go through the career of Bray Wyatt. Mm-hmm. I'd be fine with that.
Absolutely.
By the way, if that shows up now in the games, you know where you heard it first. And right. WWE, you'll owe us 10%.
Right. Lucha thing.
Well, no, he said lucha thing, so you can't do loot. You got to do like this. Bang, bang. And then I started blasting.
Oh, both men up on the turnbuckle. Uh-oh, we're getting the pop. See, that's a better way to do it. It was quicker. Big stomp to the chest. Dragon Lee looking for a tope, I believe. Oh, up and over.
I've got setting up for the Alberto Del Rio spot there.
I don't know how this man.
What?
I'm trying to make it even. I'm a little ahead of you again.
Well,
let me know when you get the flip.
I just got a tope on the outside there. The flip, the senton on the outside. Is that where you're at?
There you go. Okay. Don't get all the Rhea praise. She's just a normal gal with an emo gimmick. She has nothing on China or even Jade coming in. Gilly, then you're not paying attention. And all due respect, if you don't see what she's been able to do in the ring, out of the ring, her promos, her ability to wrestle. Hey, Cameron Grimes.
Hey, we were wondering where he was going to show up.
Dragon Lee's going to win. Roll up. 3.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Yes, Dragon Lee picks up the 1, 2, 3. How about you and me over Austin Theory?
There you go.
As
But
he's
yeah,
hugging it out with Cameron Grimes.
Waller gets taken out and Dragon Lee steals a win. Cameron Grimes back in the mix. I like it. We're going to get a team between these two?
Nah, it's like you're getting in the NXT North American division reunion here.
Let's go. What's up, John? USA Network has been in bed with WWE for decades. I think they know WWE's game well enough. It's just about juicing the numbers when it falls back. If I'm WWE, I wouldn't drop the ball on NXT. I don't think the WWE is going to drop the ball on NXT at all. I think it's just growing. And they've done really well. Rebranding it, regrowing it. Shawn Michaels is killing it. Might be the best. But you might get Booker of the Year, my guy.
Oh, I was going to say, I think NXT right now, when it comes to, if we're talking about shopping, licensing deal or like television deals or anything like that, media deals, NXT, I think right now is the bigger chip that you have at play versus Monday Night Raw, if I'm being honest. So we've got Rhea now talking with Jimmy backstage. So interessante is we're going to get Jimmy versus LA Knight. Yeah, no, back to the whole comment about Rhea, you don't get the hype, you don't get it. What, like, are you watching the show? Like, do you like wrestling? I have so many questions. I don't get where you don't see that she's not only one of Rhea has gone to the point to where she's not one of the best female wrestlers in pro wrestling. She's one of the best pro wrestlers in pro wrestling.
Again, I think, yeah, I think it's hard to deny what she's been able to do. And it's believable. She has an attitude. She has a swagger. You should give her a throne and really kind of play up that gimmick that she.
Now I heard the fucking dong. God,
we got another dong. I think this
dong's
going to take a big. Got that one. Actually, Keyshawn got that one as well. Yeah, big shout out to Jericho on that. And he tried. But again, you know what? China wasn't a great worker. And I'm not knocking her. She was ahead of her time. But she wasn't like a crisp, clean worker. And people with more expertise will tell you that, not just me. A lot of people have said it. And again, when you gave her the microphone, it wasn't fun to listen to.
Well, that's one thing, but it's also, I feel like at that point, there wasn't a Bianca Belair or an Asuka or a Charlotte Flair or anything
Absolutely.
like that. Even a Becky Lynch that Rhea could sit there and work with or whatever. She just had nobody she got to work with like Hunter or D'Lo Brown or the Godfather or whatever. So she didn't have training partners that could work within her style, I'd say.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to debate that with you, but I don't know how accurate that is as far as the ability to train. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think there was a lot of opportunity for a lot of people to do it. I think she could hone those skills, but she had already come to such a pinnacle. That moment kind of passed, and she was already like, "I'm a star." What I would, And again, once you're there, you're there. You don't want to go.
But if you have the four horsewomen of NXT and everything, you have a Sasha, you have a Bayley, you have a Charlotte, you have a Becky.
Yeah.
And they're all able to work against each other and fucking sharpen each other's iron and everything.
Well, that's where you
don't have that with China, though.
So, yeah, China was definitely ahead of her time in that regard. And again, she did what she did. She had a wonderful career. I really can't help but notice what Rhea Ripley has accomplished, what she's doing. I think she's going to be a champion for a long time and multiple times. It's going to be pretty to watch. She only just begun. She's young still. 1-0, Dragon Lee wins. I'm out of the four people for the number one contender for Eddie Kingston's Ring of Honor championship tonight on Rampage. Who out of the four? Who would we take? Who was in the championship match again? Penta. Let's go, Penta.
Johnny TV, Commander, Lindsay, and Penta. I'm gonna take Johnny TV, Johnny Nitro, Johnny Mundo, Johnny L, insert company name-o, all that.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I really, out of that list, who's going to fight Eddie Kingston? Give me Penta. They're friends. They know each other. It'll be a good battle. Johnny's hanging out with QT. I don't love it. The other two, why are they even there?
Heel versus babyface versus babyface versus babyface.
Right? How did Lance get in this fucking match?
Because he exists and he wears a mask.
And Commander. Oh my God.
Again, because they exist and because they were the command. Can we just be honest at this point? The Commander experience, the Commander experiment has failed tragically. Like, we're over it.
I don't even know what the experiment's supposed to be real. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish.
See how many ropes he can tight walk. How many times can he do the old school until a Taker doing it is no longer relevant?
Right. So what's up, Bobby? How you doing? 2-1. I'm trying to understand. She does give us good promos. I'll give her that. It's the persona. I think she has a presence about her that's really impressive. And I do think that her in-ring work, I mean, we've seen her in a lot of good matches. So that's where I give her a real tip to the hat. I think she's excellent in the ring, especially as the heel, the dominant one.
Pause. Absolutely. Well, and even then, sometimes just with some competitors, you can't deny that they're just, they have it, whatever it may be.
What's up, CJ Bryan? How's the show going? And yes, they confirmed it. What did they confirm? Commercial break number 7. We're getting up there. I picked the over. I like it. WWE St. Louis confirms Undertaker is at NXT on Tuesday. That's rude. Rude. It is so unpolite to do that to the poor AEW crew. How dare you? That is funny as shit. It's hilarious. By the way, for those who don't know, our friend CJ Brand is in the building tonight for Smackdown. About time Dragon Lee got a win. Yeah, you picked up a win. Yeah, a bit of a roll-up, a bit of a cheeky win. Cameron Grimes, how do you guys feel like about Cameron Grimes being involved, joining in on this? As we're getting a replay of Seth and Shinsuke from Monday. This is a very intriguing matchup, guys. Charlotte or Rhea, who's better now? Ooh, that one's a toughie. Charlotte says Dale. You know what? That one's a tough one to split. I mean, in this moment, Rhea's being used better than what Charlotte is, but Charlotte's still playing her part, doing well. I still think that Charlotte's the best that's ever done it, and I don't know that I'm willing to hand that crown to Rhea yet. She's young. She's got all the potential to do it, but she's just getting started. But overall, who's being booked better and utilized better? Probably Rhea. It's a good question. Good question. Damn. WWE going all, yeah, I would say, because now we've added Undertaker to the already stacked Tuesday. John Cena, Paul Heyman, Asuka's going to take on Roxy. Who else is going to be there? There's a whole smorgasbord. Spoiled. All the complaining from the IWC, and we're spoiled. Could you see Rhea winning the men's title or men's Royal Rumble? I hope not. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, could she? Yes. But do I see her winning? No. I think just leave it be. Let her be dominant in you know, who she is. Cain Velasquez. Is Ray going to call Carlito? Please. Yes. Let's do that. Long overdue waiting for Carlito to show up. 100%. I don't know, Vance. I feel like we're this close. If Tony makes one more announcement, Roman's getting pulled out of, he's already supposed to come back on Friday. I feel like we're this close. As we're still getting the replay or the build for Fastlane tomorrow. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I like this. I like this idea a lot, Matt. Long overdue. Can't wait for Monday's Raw because Monday is my B-day, and I can't wait for the Tuesday night one. Week war of NXT and AEW. Buds, John, happy early birthday. We will be here live on your birthday covering Raw, and we'll be back covering both those shows. That's right. We will have both screens up. We'll keep you. Yeah, it's going to be one of the craziest Tuesdays we've ever had here on the stream. But right now we're in the back showing Damian Priest watching the Seth Rollins Nakamura package, looking at his case. And again, when we say last man standing, there's a high chance, or at least consideration, that that case is in the mix. There is no way. Eddie and Penta are such good friends. Let's start a storyline around that for Ring of Honor belt. See money, 100% with you, buddy. Johnny TV doesn't do it for me right now. To me, he's another guy that happily took Tony's check, but he's happy to just goof around with QT Marshall. I think he's great in the ring. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to take away from him in that regard. But yeah, give me Eddie, Penta. Let it run a program. Let it go somewhere. Eddie's got the title. Let's make it matter. Eddie versus Penta's got a nice ring to it. Really, some roots there. But now we're getting the reminder of what we're getting on Fastlane tomorrow. I will take a moment to remind everybody we are sticking around for Rampage tonight. We are also going to jump off and then jump back on after Rampage and give you our Fastlane predictions. And then tomorrow, live, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be here for Fastlane, a sensational Saturday. We're going to light it up. We also will have Collision in the background. Sunday, we got Luna Havoc, Anthony coming back for a Monster Balls mashup. Pause. But that's going to be a fun one. We're going to get into that on Sunday night, and then we roll back into another week of wrestling, heading towards Super Tuesday as Jimmy Uso making his way to the ring. Dun, dun, dun. I enjoyed Dragon Lee and Austin Theory. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I admit the show little bit quiet the night before Fastlane, maybe for obvious reasons. Like everyone loves Roxy. She's another one. Why? I don't get why. Listen, I still think she's got more to prove to me. And I've had this debate a couple times, I know, with Big Nick and I, where he feels like she's been on NXT forever. I feel like she had a bit of a push, and then it kind of faded off. She had to deal with some injuries. I think if she ends up on the main roster anytime soon, she's going to get lost in the shuffle. That's what I think. She's just going to be overlooked quite a bit. I think she can do more in NXT than she can do on the main roster. I think she's talented. I think she's got a good look. People get that AJ Lee vibe. So never say never, but squeaky clean babyface so far. I'm here live. How you doing? They confirmed it. Yeah, so we got the NXT commercial with an Undertaker dong. That's how they teased it to us. So I don't know what you got in the arena, sir, but that's what we got here on our end as we head into another commercial break. Number 8, I'm guessing. I'm watching the shows, Nick. I don't know. I just don't care for the women's wrestling lately. Fair enough. I think there's a lot of good women's wrestling going on. I would argue that Trish and Becky banged out a really nice finality to their match. Becky and Trish have been out. Becky and Tiffany has been outstanding. Shayna Baszler slowly getting some love. We're getting packages or vignettes for Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. So I really think they've done a good job building some depth. I don't really love the SmackDown women's title picture right now. I really want to see where it's going to go. I love Bayley. I love Io Sky. I'm a huge fan of Charlotte and Asuka. So don't get me wrong. I really want to see where this develops and ends up. But I would argue that they're really trying. So maybe you just can't get into it, which fair enough. Different strokes, different folks. Vance, I don't know if I qualify it, but it might be I believe it when I see it, my friend. Like, really? Like, it was one thing. We joked that, oh, maybe they're gonna say Roman, but Taker is gonna be at NXT. So, I mean, I can hear the trolls now. I can hear the anger, the angst. How could they do this? This is ridiculous. Look how desperate this billion-dollar company is. It's not desperation. It's bullying. It's becoming bullying. When you tap the Undertaker to come in on a Tuesday, it's officially you're picking on somebody. It's not nice, but I like it. Who was a crisp, clean worker? Everyone was all over the place. China set the road for in females today. I feel like there's a punctuation or something missing there, Big Joe. Was all over the place. Everyone was all, oh, okay, there we go. Trying to set the road for, yeah, I think that's exactly what we said. A trailblazer, ahead of her years. There was nothing like her. There wasn't much for her to compete against. That's why she ended up competing against the men. But yeah, I mean, I think people would argue there was quite a few stiffer workers for sure, but there was a good amount of clean workers that got it pretty good. Got that one. Could you see Rhea winning the men's title or men's Royal Rumble? I answered that. I enjoyed it. Got it. The closest one was Ivory, Molly Holly. I believe Ivory broke her neck, and her neck was already broken when she faced Ivory. Highly possible. I mean, you did have like Miss Jacqueline was a. Oh, next week, Triple H, the season premiere of Friday Night Smackdown. Triple H will be in the house. The announcements keep coming, folks. There you go. There you go. Ringsider is on it as LA Knight gets the pop. Let's go. It's a fun time of year, Joe. We got football. We got basketball. We got baseball. We got hockey. We got wrestling. We got it all. Good. Thank you, Dale. Love it. Dog, I agree. What did the dog say? I'm so sick of Charlotte. She's just right. Oh, that's so bullshit. Big Dog, I expect better from you. Right? You get in the door because of your dad's name. What Charlotte has done over the years, she's riding on her own name now, which she accomplished. And again, it's not like she was a shit wrestler. Like, I mean, the argument could have been made then, you know, why didn't Natty have all the title runs? Why didn't any of the other second generation stars just be handed? You know, it didn't work out for DiBiase. You got to have the talent. To me, saying Charlotte is just riding her dad's coattails is like saying Randy Orton is riding his dad's coattails. Not true. They had to make their own path. You know, Cody maybe telling his dad's story, but he's trying not to ride those coattails. You have to write your own kind of story. Charlotte got in there, and when she did get the opportunity, sure, he opened doors. Sure, he gave her name value, but you got to deliver. And I believe for years, Charlotte delivered and delivered and delivered. Garnered her a lot of hate, but that's what happens. You know, heavy is the head that wears the crown, right? Let's CM Punk Easter eggs begin. Let's go. Let's go. We've already had a couple, Easy Bake. Number 8. There we go. We're flying. I can see that they add at least one more match, possibly AJ. KJ, there's a rumor there will be also a special guest commentary on NXT. Oh, really? Maybe it's Pat. Maybe it's Pat. Do they bring back Mauro? One night only. 5 matches. Again, everyone thinking there might be something else. If they don't announce another match tonight, my assumption will be there will be a segment that they have match length tied to. Whether that's a Jade situation, whether that's what? Anybody got an idea? Anybody got suggestions? But if they got 5 matches posted, again, the last man standing match is going to take up a big fat chunk of time. So again, they have a set time limit they want to run, and they make the matches fit in that time limit. So I appreciate them for it. But I think if there's only 5 matches, we're going to get some type of segment on the pay-per-view. Unless the 5th match is Damian trying to win the belt. Or 6th. The 6th. How many matches on Fastlane? We said 5. Men's Royal Rumble thing for a cheap spot. Yeah. Valdez has spoken. I like that idea. What did JV say? Could a cash-in attempt on Roman be the reason why the Judgment Day and the Bloodline temporary alliance breaks? Listen, it would surprise me. It would really surprise me. I wonder if it would be, yeah, maybe if it's Foleyed and he doesn't actually get, he's going to do it, but he doesn't actually get the cash-in off. I'd hate to see him blow the cash-in on Roman. Seems like a big fish to fry. And by the way, we got LA Knight and Jimmy Uso in the ring if you haven't made a prediction yet, folks. Let Dom Pim take her. I'm in for it. All the sad faces. Boom, boom, boom. LA Knight in control, rolling Jimmy back in. Charlotte is her own, fulfilling her own legacy. Big dogs. I hate her, Bobby. Get him. Get him, Bobby. No, I agree. I think just splashing her with the brush that she took her dad's name, you don't have to love her. You don't have to. And keep in mind, when you spend the better part of a decade being a heel, people aren't going to like you. And she has that natural air to her, but that's what she built up. That persona is hers. You know, it's the same thing people used to say about Rick Rude, Paul Orndorff, you know, those consummate heels. Everybody hated them. And then you look back and realize what good workers, what good wrestlers they were. So I think saying she rode her daddy's coattails is just, it's too easy. It's low-hanging fruit. It's lazy criticism. Edge comes out on Dynamite. Beth comes out on commentary on NXT. There you go. I'm in. Do it. Do it.
Now, do I come back on riding coattails or lazy booking, or which one do I come back on?
Lazy criticism.
Yeah, there we go.
Speaking of coattails, I guess. I don't know.
You said speaking of lazy criticism.
Right. A McAfee segment to introduce Fastlane that turns into a small brawl or something. Potentially, yes. Pat would be nice.
Well, because it is in Indianapolis and everything. It's right in his backyard. I think it's only fitting. And that's the way you instantly get the crowd there hype live. They are fucking jazzed for every segment.
Right. Charlotte single-handedly kept a plastic surgeon in business. Not just, I mean, to pick her out of that crowd. I mean,
that's fine. I'm broken because I think you single-handedly keep Reynolds Wrap in business. So,
where's Cross? Right. Cross, other than getting that little bit of a teaser that he was looking at John Cena, we have not. Yeah, Cross is becoming the Wardlow of WWE.
I don't know what it's for. I think it's just for looking through.
Yeah. I guess he was trying to incite his own buzz and it didn't work.
But that's the thing is, I feel like it'll be a misuse of talent. It would be so weird because you've now fucked that talent up twice. Like you had it, fucked it up, and then you had it again, and then fucked it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised because to me, Cross seemed like a slam dunk. Just it would be hard to fuck his career up. But they've managed to find ways.
He is such the prototypical of you can at least do a mid to upper mid, if not upper card, like spooky-ish kind of baddie, especially when you've got Scarlett as arm candy attached to that. That seems written for WWE.
Right. Team Uso. Women are told to get plastic surgery. I don't know if that's necessarily ethical or actually. Oh wow,
fucked up like that was. Yeah, no, not everyone's like the boat there that they're more plastic than person, so they fucking float along.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about Hunter being on SmackDown next week? He has an announcement, KJ.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about ratings and how you draw them.
It's going to work out well this week. We get 2 shows on the Tuesday, stacked with everybody and their uncle. Wednesday, we get to chill and take a breath. Thursday, we're back for Impact. And then Friday, Triple H is here. And it's the season premiere. So Fox is going to want a good one.
Well, that's going to be 100%. That's when you're getting the Hunter mission statement. That's when he's going to come out and cut that promo like he did around Monday night, the Raw after Mania and the SmackDown after Mania, to where he's like, we're about moving forward. And that's what it's going to be, this whole promo.
Jimmy Uso for the win. Charlotte has never had the fans behind her. She's not supposed to. She's been a heel. She was always hated. Yes. Even when she was takes a long hiatus and comes back.
Almost like her daddy, who even when he was supposed to be a babyface would still come off like a heel.
Right. I mean, last time she came back, she got a really big pop. People were pretty pumped when she returned. But again, she's been a heel for the vast majority. It's like Miz. Oh, we hate the Miz. You were supposed to. He's done a really good job. That's, kudos. You're supposed to dislike people.
As Solo slides in.
Oh, wow.
DQ.
We got lots of time left on this clock.
We got about 9 minutes.
Here's Cena. There goes Solo.
A set of jorts and a fucking Gulf gas station t-shirt are running to the ring right now.
The world's most famous comb over. That would be illegal. I agree.
What?
Uh-oh. Cena and Knight are in trouble. The alliance. The evil alliance between the 2 top factions in wrestling.
I mean, that's not a bad shout, though, when Heyman's first group was the Dangerous Alliance. So,
right.
I think it's only fitting that a guy like Heyman would be like, cool.
Yo,
so let
Cody's
me call in the
out.
reinforcements. What?
Cody Rhodes will be here. Jay's gonna be here. Strap in and strap on. We're about to get a melee.
Are we gonna get it?
We got the handshake. We got a handshake
between Paul Heyman and Rhea Ripley. And Rhea, just go get him, boys.
If I was WWE, I would bring back JR if he was willing to do it and you could make it work, even if it was just for NXT.
I think we've talked about this before. I don't even do that. I love by the way, that you mentioned of bringing back Morrow, because to me, I just want Morrow as a commentator in pro wrestling.
Mamma mia! Oh my God!
Well, listen, 100% bipolar rockarola.
Here it is, Uso!
Oh!
We got War Games!
You quit! War Games!
We got company! And this show's gonna go off the air with a 20-man brawl.
But I fucking like it. That's the thing think about it. We have 2 potential possibly War Games matches up here, and we have no idea who's fighting who.
Give us 2. We're waiting for it. Here comes. Who's next? Who's next, folks?
So what do you guys want to talk about?
Here comes Cody. They're chanting for Cody. For those who think Cody's not over, they're chanting for Cody.
This boy fucking howdy, though, is this not, though, how you build to a pay-per-view and build beyond a pay-per-view?
In my soul, something.
Could AEW do any? 100%.
The crowd gave us the whoa. I love it.
Adrenaline. Heyman's just walking like Solo back away and everything. But literally, you had Heyman holding Solo's hand, like, no, you're not involved. But could another company, whether it be AEW, whether it be Impact, and could they do something like that that's at this level right now?
At this level, no, they don't. Again, it's name power, right? We've seen anarchies in the arenas and stadium stampedes. It just doesn't have the same.
But this makes sense. Like, even if you don't want, if you want to exclude name power, the last
Shut up.
arena, hi.
John Cena was teasing doing a dive, but Solo says not today. Tell me this isn't popping the people. Come on now.
That show, but that's the thing, is I think this puts over Solo just as much as it puts over Cena, of showing that he's toe-to-toe with this man and getting a fucking reaction. Super kick!
Yeah, when that happens. Big pop for LA. I like it. This is how you end the night on a vibe, folks. It wasn't my favorite SmackDown ever.
Then we got Rampage to just fucking wear off this vibe.
We'll whittle you down.
Hey, but we got Eddie Kingston on commentary. So if you like John Moxley on commentary, you can deal with Eddie Kingston. Super kick to fucking bobblehead. JD taking all the finishers.
Woo, it's Justice League.
The 5-knuckle shuffle. Yeah, so we've got 2 Supermans though.
Love it. People can say whatever the fuck they want. You listen to that crowd. STL is live, and our boy CJ will attest to it. Anthony agreeing.
Attitude adjustment onto JD McFunko Pop. Now we've got the belt off here. Oh, he just hucks the belt into the crowd. But this, like you said it, this goes back to that vibe of like the old school, like, and everything. And we've got like teams babyface versus like team heel and heel are all working together, because even if you're not still working for the same goal, you're at least team babyface.
There you go. We go off the air as we're winding down this show. Cody Rhodes music out of all the people involved being played. The crowd was electric for the end of that show. Good end. It gets you kind of amped up that we're going to see all of this play out tomorrow night between all of these people.
Absolutely. I was going to say, so we can just go right into the predictions, right? We don't need to watch Rampage.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I mean, really, you look at the names in the ring right now. Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, John Cena, Jey Uso. Woo!
Is it interesting, though, that Fastlane used to be just kind of the fucking throwaway of like, well, we have to have a pay-per-view, so here's a pay-per-view. And this is just continuing this hot streak of, like Anthony even was saying, of you got to let them cook. This is, Hunter and Sean and everybody have just gotten this pot to a fucking boil. Now that we're just letting shit fucking simmer.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of the last man standing match and Seth and Nakamura, I feel like this does a good job of making Fastlane interesting, but without really digging into the meat of any of the big stories that they want for Survivor Series and beyond. We're just getting like the taste of them.
Yeah, you're getting the aperitif, the little sample here.
Taste the rainbow.
Pause.
Your move, AEW. Tomorrow we'll find out with that, because they're not going to do anything tonight.
You never know.
You never know.
Tony Khan could just get a hair across his ass and be like, so tomorrow I'm going to have or on Tuesday I'm going to have Okada versus Ospreay versus Omega versus fucking MJF.
He might turn around.
Winner wins all the belts matches.
He might actually turn around and buy New Japan just because now. Like, fuck it. I'm doing it. I can't take
what are they asking for? Cool. Double it and just tell them I'll buy. You can be here tomorrow.
Wall Games. It feels like it's setting it up.
Do you have to have Regal? You have him on the roster. It's a little bit like, I saw some people say it. I hadn't confirmed it. Is Chimmel on AEW's roster?
I don't know.
Well, if he's still at least available, you should have had him to announce the Rated R Superstar. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you have to have Regal. He's on your roster. That's the only thing he has to come on screen to do is just come out, War Games, and go back.
Yeah, I wonder because I'm trying to do the math in my head because I do know he had like a non-compete stipulation where he couldn't appear on WWE programming for so long, even though he worked there. But I think you just use if you have to, you just use a clip of Regal.
Seriously, honestly,
right? He's done it
just
enough.
to have whoever you just have people do their impression of Regal.
Right. But
just have you have his son. Just have him do it.
But folks, we got Rampage coming up next. We're hopefully going to make quick work of Rampage, few matches to talk about. We'll keep the chat going. We'll keep the conversation going. Let us know what is on your mind. Give us a rating out of 10 on SmackDown. And yeah, I mean, we'll see what I don't have Rampage on yet.
I have advertisements leading up to Rampage right now here.
I wonder if mine's going to be slightly preempted due to CFL football.
Oh, that hard-hitting action here.
The Argos versus the Elks.
Now, I wonder if there's, controversies about fucking trades and everything in the CFL like there is in the NFL.
Right.
But Jordan's saying, great ending. CJ saying, those who ended the show are in a match right now. Figures dark match.
Survivor Series
give us the exclusive dark match footage, CJ.
Yeah, let's go.
Do your best, Kevin Dunn. As Mike saying, 7 out of 10. Small Mark asking, did you catch the Undertaker bell in the NXT promo? I didn't till like the third or fourth time. Like I was on a pause, then finally just caught it. Like,
right,
for real. Like that's 100%. Even if he doesn't show, it's enough to get you to fucking tune in. Like you said, it's bullying at this point. It's stop. He's already dead.
Yeah, it seems crazy. And I mean, on the off chance that NXT, if we wake up on Thursday or Wednesday morning and it turns out that somehow NXT didn't win have a higher rating, oh my fucking Lord.
But it'd be one of those, if it'd make you, instead of scratching your head this way, you scratch your head that way of like Edge showed up against nothing unprovoked and still lost. So like now if you're heavy handing it, is it because people tune out because they see you're heavy handing it?
No. We're too indulgent of a society to do that.
Touche. As we've got the Not Jericho Appreciation Society we've got not exactly Fat Street, but probably Chubby Street here with Coke, Diet Coke, Daniel Garcia, and Jake Hager taking on the Best Friends and the Hardy Boys.
WWE. No, he's in. Oh yeah, Chimo is in WWE.
Who?
100% agreeing. 8-man jobber fast. Oh, on Rampage. You're funny, right? CJ's in St. Louis right now watching all those guys that left SmackDown. We're now watching Rampage with all these guys.
Let's think about this. Let's put this side by side right now. Side by side comparison is we're having an 8-man dark match of Jey Uso, Cody, Cena, and LA Knight versus, I'm assuming, JD McBubblehead, Finn Balor, Dom, and Damian.
I would imagine
unless you add Jimmy or Solo, that'd be it.
It'd be the 4 people in the tag match. It'd be Jimmy, Solo, Damian, Finn.
You think they do that because Jimmy or Heyman was pulling them aside? But I mean, it's a dark match. I'd still rather watch this than that. I'll say that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. Yeah, I'd rather get with this because fuck this and where it's at.
Hager, was that Hager? Yeah,
it's not Sammy Hagar, but this match does seem haggard.
Haggard. Dude, I mean, is it weird that the JS just said, you know what, we don't got Jericho, but we're gonna wear white pants and hang out?
We're not a cult because we disavowed our leader.
I gotta go with a 10 for SmackDown. Listen, I was like a 6.5, 7 for most of the show. And I just didn't get out. It was okay. We got through it. I mean, I'm kind of feeling like I can push it a little higher now. I mean, the ending was outstanding. Good hype for the pay-per-view. 7.5. Climb it up.
6.5, 7.
Oh,
JS, without Jericho and especially with all the white pants and everything, they're just douchebag right to censor. That's what I feel that they're at here.
It's not good. It's not good.
The JS won it that way. Yeah, 100%. They very much they look like a boy band.
Want it that way.
Tell me why, cause Jericho should retire. Tell me why, cause he. Oh, as this man sneaks out the back door on that. I was singing him. I was serenading him. 0 out of 10. No drunk. Oh, well, you never know. That's the sign of a good alcoholic. Is you never know. Yeah, no, I don't want to wish that. We don't need a fucking TNA, Jeff Hardy Impact Sting situation here going on. As I've got all 4 men right now in the ring here of very much we're already into the way of legal man syndrome. And is anyone else, because I've seen people that are like clamoring for it now, and obviously we got the tease of with Edge and Christian, and we got the infamous line now at this point of go fuck yourself. Is anyone clamoring for we just run back like the TLC era of WWE and AEW with the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian, and maybe we sprinkle in the Dudley Boys as we're hugging it out between the Hardys and the Best Friends? Because yes, that's what wrestling needs more of, is hugging. 0 out of 10, no Godfather. Right, he's a functioning wrestling alcoholic. There's a whole lot of opinions, I guess I would say I have on Jeff Hardy. I'll leave it at that. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that as we're in picture as we're hyping up even Saturday we're bigging up. So is it gonna be FTR versus Starks and Big Cass or Big Bill? It looks like we're looking at as we're even. I like how we've just started throwing Edge already into the video packages here. Nice analogy, Nick. The douchebag right to censor. Yeah, that's kind of what they are. I mean, I respect Stevie and Ivory and Val until he lost his fucking mind, and obviously the Good Father. But that's all I can picture is out here with all the white pants and everything. It's either you're shooting a fucking Backstreet Boys video, or I need to be plugging my ears for the right to censor alarm going off here. As I'm in picture right now, so we'll remind everybody 100% we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. And we're still just getting started. Still 100% big things popping up, things stopping up. Some season never sleeps. We're still just a rookie in this game here. But absolutely still, once we're done here with Rampage, make sure we're going to take a little bit of a pause for the cause here real quick, but make sure you're back at 11:45 because we're going to run through our Fastlane predictions. We're going to discuss the card and everything. And surprisingly enough, unless they somehow announce a match during Rampage, which would be weird, nothing got added to the card. So like I said, Collision tomorrow at 7 p.m. We will be here live. Okay. So I'm going to wait until you get back. Did they move up Collision just to go against the pay-per-view, which is dumb? But yeah, I believe we were initially advertised to go here at 7:30. So now 100% we will be here at 7 p.m. Eastern. But yeah, so there's nothing that, to my knowledge, has been added to the Fastlane card. So I think some of these matches are really going to get some time to breathe. We saw it tonight we're almost halfway starting to tease towards War Games. We're going to get a lot of dissension, a lot of moving pieces here. Pro Wrestling Podcast. What up, my guy? 100%. Our fucking pretty much our Instagram, Sean Ross app or whatever, you'll be fucking just reporting stories out there and be like, oh, I believe that. All right, we'll send that to the chat. Shout out my guy. White Pants Society, yeah, a little bit. It's a little awkward. It's a little uncomfortable. They all look like they should be, delivering, milk in like the 1930s or 40s here. Pause. Sounds like there's collusion to watch collision. The Backstreet Right to Censor all boys band. What? I don't want it that way. Hello, it's me. Oh, Larry, now I read that completely wrong. No, hello, is it me you're looking for? But I know 100% if you're looking for your wrestling coverage, we are the place to be. See how I turn it around. So make sure you tell anybody and everybody we do this for everything pro wrestling, whether it's WWE, AEW, New Japan, GCW, XPW, Impact Wrestling, NWA, even though it's at times that's a struggle, but 100% nobody's talking more pro wrestling and talking it live than we are. 100%. We got our finger on the pulse of pro wrestling. Pause. As Matt Hardy are we going twist? Nope. Goes twist of fate, but Garcia drops down, eats the kick on the outside. Do you think it's possible for Matt to lose the Vince Neil build, or is he stuck like that? I think he's always had that. 100%. And now that's the thing is, let's look at who's in the ring. We have Matt Hardy, who at one point it was alleged his fucking spine was fusing to his hip. We have Jeff Hardy, who, man, was in Jacksonville, Florida, and thought he was in North Carolina. Enough said right there. As he gets the swanton bomb for the 1, 2, 3. Because, of course, that's what happened, is we get 2 giant Dave LaGreca signs in the fucking crowd. Because if that doesn't summarize AEW's fan base, I don't know what does. But yeah, no, Matt Hardy is still, ever since like that V1 era and everything, Matt Hardy's always been a bit of the huskier brother out of the two. He was the powerhouse out of the high flyer. As I've got Eddie Kingston right now backstage with Renee Moxley Good. And I know we had Moxley on commentary during Wrestle Dream, but allegedly, supposedly, reportedly, we're going to get Eddie Kingston on commentary tonight for the Fatal 4-Way Championship, or for the Fatal 4-Way Number 1 Contendership match, and that's 100% what I'm here for. Like, I just need that as like how if you go to like a I don't know, there's a NASCAR track in New Hampshire by me and everything, but if you go to like a racetrack or anything, how you can like tune in to like that driver's like audio and everything. I just need a separate audio of Christ. You can even give me Moxley if it's just Eddie and Moxley doing fucking commentary. 100%. I feel like me and Cage are kind of close to that, except we make a little bit more sense. Great, another interruption. Yeah, 100%. As we've got Sanjay, Jeff Jarrett, Karen, who she's starting to look like a fucking Goomba from Mario, by the way. And then at this point, if they were going to do anything with Satnam, and I do mean anything, would they have not done it by now? At this point, where the ship has sailed, what are we waiting for? Omos has been built more. Omos has come, gone, been built over, pause. Been built more than Satnam this entire time he's been signed. He looks like fucking Kurgan right now out of the oddities and all of that shit. He's just out there because you're tall and you look fucking interesting. As fucking why am I blanking on his name? Stokely just shows up and it's just fucking I don't like you, I don't like you, I don't like you. Don't So we had Stokely and Sanjay interaction as he's like, "Don't touch vaginas." We go into commercials. So that's the tie into a commercial. And we wonder why they're losing in the ratings. Just saying. Do the Kermit sip on the tea there. Princess Toadstool. No, maybe that probably would be Renee. Don't breathe on me. What? Aggressive statement. Paul asked Karen Jarrett about Jeff's shrinkage. What? Is Jeff Jarrett shrinking or is he like kneeling? Well, I'll say this of Jeff Jarrett should just be backstage. I thought that's initially what he got hired was to do a backstage role. And instead he's just constantly on screen in all the matches. I feel like I'm doing the fucking Suge Knight talking about P. Diddy. If you don't want a backstage personality that's all up in the matches, all up in the interviews, then come to WWE. I'm just gonna take a pause. Fair enough. I forgot Stokely was even signed to AEW. Well, remember him and Jerry Lynn. And I'm gonna repeat that because it doesn't make enough sense saying it the first time. Him and Jerry Lynn are the creative team for Ring of Honor. Hi, you snuck up on me. I like looked away. I was like, that's the creative team for Ring of Honor. Looked up, and then there you are. So I'm like, hi.
Yeah, Bibbins. I love Bibbins. I like that he's kind of messing with Samoa Joe a little, but yeah, we haven't had a lot.
I like Bibbins all the way to like Tony Khan, you'll pay for this as he's like getting devoured by like Matt Hardy's kids and everything like that. But
right.
Like it's one of those of he's gone so far it's full comedy at this point. You're not taking it any bit seriously.
No. Not really. So we're in a commercial break, folks, and do remember we're going to be back live at 11:45 p.m. tonight. Yes, tonight. We're going to do a quick hit. We're going to jump in and get our predictions for Fastlane out into the universe. We got 5 matches, so it shouldn't take too long.
Well, we could talk for one match, like for like 12 minutes. So let's not say that. That's KJ telling me I'm gonna shut that shit down real quick.
KJ, Big Nick, could WWE bring Nia into the Bloodline? They could.
Yes. Could they bring Trinity if they actually sign her back? Yes.
Absolutely. Creative team for a company they don't promote. Facts.
Oh,
Sugar Honey Iced Tea. I think he's
talking
still
in my lines.
All in the background. Oh, by the way, boys, I made a gold version of the predict. I like it. Let's go.
But still, you can never duplicate the golden KJ.
Right. You'll pay for this, Captain Planet.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. What the now I've got Danhausen looking like a old fucking 70s TV with very nice. Like, what the fuck?
Oh my god. Guess who's back?
Variable. Love that Danhausen.
I don't much care.
You know what? When you really liked Santino and everything, it's because they didn't have fucking promos telling you should like this. They just kind of threw it out there, and if you liked it, you liked it, and if you didn't, you didn't. Versus telling you like this, right? You like this. You're not cool if you don't like this. You're not part of us if you don't like this, right?
Right. Very nice, very evil. Soon to make a return, folks. As the Swiss Superman makes his way to the ring. It's nice to give him his own entrance.
Yuta of Now, does it count as a return to the ring? Because I feel like at this point, with how much they're out there, they've never left the ring. Like, that's the thing we could do a tier list of the AEW roster, but if you want to go with how many people they actually use, you cut it to like 12 people. Like really fucking quick.
Eastern, by the way, Eastern Bash. So right after we go off the air, we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Who is Claudio and Wheeler Yuta fighting next in tag team action? KJ and Nick. Good question.
They are
full enhancement
on Levi Shapiro and Wise Guy Ruiz.
Look at Shapiro. Looks like my uncle at a cookout.
He looks like if Terry Funk and Chris Hero had a fucking dumpster.
Absolutely.
He's got the striped trunks like Terry, but has the fucking physique and feathery 1980s rocker hair shit. Like he
looks like Festus.
Well, I find it so funny that the one guy that looks more like slovenly and everything and looks like more he'd be the fucking mobber guy is the guy that's it isn't the guy that's the mob guy. The one that's fucking Guido. Oh, beat that beat.
Right. He was over Danhausen. I'm not saying he wasn't at all. He's just not my cup of tea. Like, and again, I think he spent more time out than in over the last few years, which is not his fault, but I felt like it was a bit kiddie, a bit meh.
Right. Speaking of meh, you want to know how I know this match is meh? Because it's still going. You have Claudio and Yuta, who you just had on your pay-per-view, versus two jobbers, and this has lasted more than like 10 seconds. Like this should be hit him like this, and then like this, and then done.
Right.
We're done here.
Right. This one's for you.
Okay, Nick, for you. I'll use my own line. Do you have your own lines? That's the question.
Fruity Lucy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try to remember that, but I don't think I will.
Right. Points to dog on that one. That would look like Jimmy Valiant, Nick. LOL. The Boogie Woogie Man. Boogie Woogie Man.
I just went to the ICP song.
Big elbows. Oh, big face. Yeah, we're rolling along here in Rampage. I like the fat ugly jobbers. Reminds me of the 80s. I like it, money.
I'm talking to the man in the mirror.
Now the main event of dark matches is Drew versus Gable. Okay.
Is Blaze there too? Are you CJ as well?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Like CJ's alternate stoner personality?
Right. Maybe is your name Jacob by chance?
Oh no. Don't go down this rabbit hole. There's going to be a mythos. We're going to have to do a line of Jacob shirts of just who is Jacob.
Oh, hey, they did the Cesaro. They did the Cesaro. What do you call it? The old finisher, the old swing finisher into the drop kick.
We're going swinging.
What is the name?
Neutralizer.
Is it no? Not the neutralizer. Oh, big splash. He used to do with Tyson Kidd.
The only thing that he used to do out of the swing was the sharpshooter. He'd do.
It was his finisher with Tyson Kidd, where he turned the swing into a drop kick. So,
I know what you're talking about. Super underrated team and a super underrated performer.
Yeah, right.
And I'm super sad that he unfortunately got his career cut short, but he also did solidify his like legend in pro wrestling of him on Total Divas, of Natty's out there just like doing the fucking would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. And he's like, yeah, but I want to watch this match with Bryan Danielson.
Right. The JAS is back here again.
Fighting over a gram a kilo. Like, look, how does this not look like this is fucking Catholic school right now? Mm-hmm. Look at what Renee's wearing. Look at what they're wearing. This looks like, no, Jeremiah, like, you're quoting verse chapter 17 of the Apostles when it's supposed
looks like
to be
Mother Renee just broke up a very intimate game of touch football.
Haya, Shumana Honda.
2-0. Noma. Name is Logan. Oh, all right.
So
what's up, Logan?
Wolverine. So you're Wolverine. In nome de patre e file espirito sante, by the way, with what we just saw backstage.
Oh, yeah. So everyone's mad at Danny. If everyone's following along, they're breaking up again.
Because he just hit for us.
Yeah, so then they get rid of the one by one, they get kicked out of the crew.
Yeah, but so already we are, but they're not even supposed to be a crew. But so we're already into the Fatal 4-Way.
Here we go.
Oh, so that means, I guess, if we're still going to have it, we're saving the women's tag match for the main event. Yay. But yeah, I've got Penta coming out right now.
Right.
As Eddie is on commentary, by the way. So if I'm quiet during this whole match, it's because I'm listening to Eddie on commentary. Because I would rather listen to that every day and twice on Sunday versus John Moxley out there just kick his fucking ass. John Moxley was just Bat Dad with a fucking being mic'd up.
Right. Well, again, I mean, Moxley to me comes off just sloppy and unprofessional in just about every regard. Why doesn't Swiss Superman have a cape? He has a swing.
Because he's part of the Incredibles there, and he's got, what's her name there of no capes. No capes.
JS still a bunch of circus clowns. They've become kind of a bunch of jobbers.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of have been for a long time.
So I've got Lindsay coming out like he's got the ultimate lowrider music.
It's so weird.
Coming out looking like fucking if Pinky was a luchador.
How did they get a number one title shot?
Because there is no one, and Tony's because no, hold on.
No one.
Let me finish. Because hey, by the way, did you also know it's Hispanic Heritage Month? And so now we've got to feature all of our luchadors up until this shit runs out. Because no one else put that 2 and 2 together because too many people are trying to roll up dollar bills into straws.
Right. I did not connect the hair.
Exactly.
I guess.
When you connect rail to rail, and line to line, you tend to make it fucking work.
Oh, we got Danny with a mic. Oh, this is upsetting. Hit my spotlight. No, please don't.
That represents your country, by the way. Just so you know, that represents your fucking country. Oh, I thought isn't she Canadian?
She's not Canadian. She's like Australian or British. She got an accent.
Oh, fair enough. You can have that. So if you live in Australia, then I'm shitting on your country, apparently.
Is she a Kiwi? Nice.
I don't know. I'd rather listen to a Kiwi than her.
And then she make like a koala and just sit there and shut up. Have a blessed night. Great show.
Boondock Saints are like, why don't you make a tree and fuck off?
That's the best one. I love that line. He could start a beef over tugging.
Why is Alex coming out with Commander instead of Penta? What?
Yeah,
or did he come out with both? And like he just
come out with both.
Came out with one and then just ran in the back and like changed outfits and came out again.
Yeah, Commander's loosely affiliated with this somehow. I don't know. They've never really solidified it on the shows. Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
What?
I can't take Alex seriously. Alex is amazing. Alex is underutilized. If they booked him better, you would take him serious. It's a pain in the ass. He's like the Spanish Jimmy Hart if you used him properly.
Yeah, he's a lot better than Ricardo there with Alberto.
Oh, Juan?
Yeah, sure.
Penta for the win. I'm with you, Alexis. I'm going Penta. I think Nick picked Johnny.
Yeah, I gotta take the gringo here.
It's not Logan as in Paul, is it? Now the JS are a family. TK gonna work out his issues with his family on TV now. Great.
It's amazing how what's left of the JAS wears literally the exact same outfit in the exact same attire as the Righteous, and one pulls it off way fucking better than the other. It's literally you fucking all you had to do is say they're not attached to Jericho, and that's the Righteous right there. But fucking Vincent and Dutch pull it off. They don't.
Yeah, we got Alex on the ring. We got Alex on the ring side for those wondering. Alex is there, Danny's there, Solo's there. Oh, and we're just
Eddie on commentary.
Everybody everywhere. Oh, and they advertise Spanish month.
I told you. That's the thing. Is at times you went ahead and look smart.
That is sometimes hilarious.
Right, but that's the thing is sometimes the answer is fucking staring you in the face and you want to find the fucking roundabout versus it's staring you right in the goddamn face.
So bad. So bad.
So obvious.
And the guy who's constantly like, we don't have enough TV time for all our talent. Stop bringing in other motherfuckers from everywhere.
Don't have a roster of 400 fucking people.
Fun fact. I got thrown out of a Catholic school for drawing Voltron. I might have looked a little like the devil. Fun fact, I went through confirmation with purple hair and a green suit.
I don't know if I have a fun fact.
I'm just sharing true stories
that I can share with that. But I have been confirmed and everything with that. I was just gonna go with JV out there saying a fun fact. I was like, are you sure you just weren't doing the Jonah Hill and you don't want to say you were doing the Jonah Hill? It was Voltron.
Maybe that's what he was getting at.
Yeah, he's just really erect.
Pause. But yeah, no, Catholic school and certain people don't get along. Whatever happened to Dark Penta? He lightened up. Literally.
Fuck off. Why did that get me? That's such a fucking basic ass joke. Why did that get me?
Because we've been doing this for 3 hours on a Friday.
No, that's just like that was so good. I'm like, I was like trying to think of when he come back, and he said that. I'm like, fuck. I can't say anything else.
Halloween's coming up. He'll go back to we'll get the Tombstone entrance and stuff again for a couple of weeks.
Don't say that because you just poo-pooed on me on fucking mentioning the Undertaker just showing up in Orlando to film shit for fucking Halloween Havoc. You're like, what? Has he ever done that before?
Well, but Penta's done that before.
Well, the Undertaker's been fucking spoopy before. So.
Okay, reach accepted.
Right.
Back and forth.
A fucking zombie.
Penta
Canadian Destroyer.
Senior.
It's so nice to see that lovely, that good, Irish whip into a clothesline spot. That's now the Canadian Destroyer. That used to be a fucking finisher.
It's such a good looking move, though. That's what bothers me is it does look good when done, not every minute.
Yeah, so does the Spanish Fly. And it was amazing the first couple of times it really started to get hit and get popular again. And then now it's literally it's up there with a fucking Irish whip, a fucking super kick.
This match has been a sprint. I like Daddy Magic. He's still funny. I think Magic's good. I think they could have done something with 2.0 if they actually had a tag team division. Instead of being with Jericho, they kind of got it. Like Daddy Magic gives you that 80s vibe. We call him Coke and Diet Coke for a reason.
But if they ran it as Ring of Honor tag champs, I think that's believable. Instead now of, and I'll say this as we're in picture, and now we're talking about AEW. Is MJF the biggest person in at least AEW, if not pro wrestling, that's had to turn chicken shit into chicken salad? He won the belt after doing the whole devil gimmick. And cool, your next feud, CM Punk, but cool, he just got fucking suspended because he's fighting the fucking elite backstage. Cool, so we're going to put you now in this feud, or we're going to build you up with Adam Cole, and we'll see who turns it on, like who turns on who, and the fans are going to get really behind it, who's going to be heel, who's going to be babyface. And then he fucking hop, skips, and jumps off a fucking entranceway and breaks his ankle like he's made of fucking paper mache.
Yeah.
And it has to just find something else to do with after that.
Right. Lindsay was core of 205. Even Lucha Bros, Lucha Party.
Lucha,
Right.
Lucha.
Job us. So KJ,
well, hey, well, no, we've even talked about it, and everybody's now calling of what if WWE did, a junior division or did like a smaller division. It's like they had that. They had a whole show designated to it, and they fucked it up.
They just need to make it a chunk of Raw. Like give a half an hour to every Raw to a good
Raw Underground. So first hour, actual Raw. Second hour, Lucha Raw. Third hour, Raw Underground.
KJ went through confirmation just like Joker. Yeah, I think the best part you want to take out of that is I had hair.
Let's put a Christ on that face.
I don't know why this guy smacked me in the forehead and said, "Lord be with you." Just like, hey, stop hitting me.
Power of Christ compels you. Well, shit, if you keep beating me this way, I'm a meat Christ a lot faster than you intended.
Right. At least put Taya in the faction or something. Where is Taya Valkyrie lately? On the Indies. Yeah, I wish. By the way, people, a lot of rumors about Thunder Rosa's impending return. It was reported again by our buddies over at The Observer that she's close.
I'm going to say this. Thunder Rosa is the Kawhi Leonard of pro wrestling. We don't know why the fuck they went on the sidelines, and we don't ever know when the fuck they're going to show up, and I don't know if they're ever going to be the same as they were beforehand.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
It's kind of fucking accurate. It's kind of scary how accurate it is.
A little bit. Destroyer Penta. Daddy Magic is Macho Manix.
Oh yeah, the Macho Man. Yeah, dig it.
KJ, Big Nick. You two have been putting
powdered sugar. Why you read it like that? First off, why the fuck do you read it like
that? You've been putting powdered sugar on your vitamins again, haven't you? What did I tell you about that? Pause is what you probably said. Probably.
You said now if you're gonna do it, just double down right there and just you do that.
Johnny Mundo, Penta wrestle in Lucha Underground. Yes, they did. I don't. Oh, you don't think they did? I thought they did, but maybe.
No,
maybe
I feel like everyone except for maybe Commander, as we've got a standing shooting star press or standing moonsault there from Johnny Mundo. I'll just say Johnny and then insert company or promotion behind it. But yeah, I think everybody in this match except for maybe Commander had wrestled in Lucha Underground. I know Penta did. I know Johnny did. Did Lindsay? What do you say, Lindsay? I don't know if Commander did. I don't know if they did too many tightrope walks there.
Mm-hmm. Accompanied to the ring by Ginger Ale, Coke, and Diet Coke, and the Soggy Bottom Boy. Pause. You got that one. I like them. Yeah, they don't love them in.
Constant sorrow.
I love that.
I've seen Jericho all through his day.
This one's for you.
Fun fact, Nick prefers his swamp than fun facts. The fuck kind of thing is that there? What?
Maybe the Endeavor wants Punk back in WWE. I think the WWE wants Punk back in the WWE.
I think everyone except for Tony Khan and probably the Bucks want CM Punk back in WWE at this point. Actually, the Bucks might agree with him. You can have that.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, again, the Punk faithful all feel like, yeah, sign him. He'll ruin your company. Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
Uh-oh. What is this? What is this? Oh! Okay.
Hurricane run on the outside.
Did you see that? What?
You saw the reaction today if we just got moonsault on the outside of just the rumors of Punk potentially just talking to them.
Yep.
If we get close to where it's one of those of like how we have with Jade Cargill at Fastlane, to where we almost expect that they're going to show up at a show. The fucking buzz is going to be unreal. Don't run a show against it because you're going to lose.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of running against it, Collision moves to 7
p.m. What?
Which would set them up to take on the pre-show and then have their second half go up against the first bit of Fastlane. So start with a big match on Fastlane. But yeah, Collision moved to an hour earlier tomorrow. Oh, we got a rope run.
Commander.
Everybody, imagine this. There's no way Eddie Kingston's first challenger ends up being Lince Dorado. I can't even say his name properly. Lince Dorado.
No, it's Commander.
Oh, it was Commander. Sorry, I got the masked man confused. It was
how did you mix up fucking Pepto-Bismol and Royal Blue?
It shows you how much I paid attention to the match. It ended up being Dorado who took a butt to the face in the loss. So
but does this not though just validate everything that like we said earlier of Commander just shows up and you're just there to do the flip-de-doo spots, you're here to do the old school, and you just keep doing it and doing it. And now you're a Ring of Honor title contender? Like, what?
Well, again, it doesn't make sense. And again, you had Eddie Kingston win. Eddie Kingston's your champ. On paper, does Commander versus Eddie Kingston have any type of buzz around it, zing to it? Is it a good Styles matchup? No, I don't want to see
that. Was the worst option out of the 4 you could have picked. That was the worst option.
Dorado was probably the worst, not to be picky.
No, I would have WWE name, got attention, got a buzz. I bet you he could still work that style. I would take that over fucking Commander. What does Commander do outside of walk the fucking top rope? Can someone tell me, please?
But it's just a bad matchup. Like, it's a bad Commander versus Eddie Kingston doesn't work for me, brother.
Facts. As I've got
good
Santana, Ortiz.
Cutting a nice promo, actually.
I don't know. He's looking a little bit like Pharrell Williams here with this fucking hat. I know you want me. I know you want to fight me.
Years ago. Thunder is on Spanish commentary. Yes, she is. She's been there for quite a while.
I almost for half a second thought you were talking about the WCW Thunder. I was like, that's still airing?
Yes, we call it Rampage.
It's like the Blockbuster in Alaska. It just won't stop.
I like this. Next, she broke her back carrying Britt.
I broke my back. My back is broken.
It's
what happened to your back? It's spinal.
Yes, she legitimately is out with a back injury. Rumor is she's getting closer by the minute. I wonder how the locker room. Remember, there were stories that she needed to apologize to the locker room, and
you will apologize.
Get out of here. Well, and even access of just Britt being like bitterly upset and petty.
You know what's fucking funny is as much as we laugh about that, that's a story that it came out of that locker room. You know where that story doesn't come out of a locker room? WWE. You want to know why? Because they act like fucking adults.
Some days.
Most days than not.
Oh, absolutely. And again, that's always been a thing that's plagued AEW is too much of their shit is on the front lawn. All right? Your family might be fucked up, but keep it inside the door.
Yeah. They're no disrespect. They're the fucking family with the fucking broke down fucking Ford in the fucking front yard that's on cinder blocks and shit like that. Like, fuck is you doing? Like,
right?
You put that shit inside. Talk about it inside. We don't need to watch the show.
Right. Lucha thing.
If you live next to AEW, you just get to watch a new episode of Cops every week because that's where they fucking show up to break up the situation.
Please, God, stop seeing. Listen, I'll be honest, Sergio. I'll be very honest. I have decided to stop seeing the WWE. We're going to take a little bit of a separation, a break, if you will. But tell your mama I said hi. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I am not seeing the WWE. You know, I'm not in a committed thing with the WWE right now.
Right, we are not involved with the WWE.
Right.
What a fucking way to put a statement.
I don't even know what you. WWE tried the cruiserweight on Raw. Remember the purple robes? Yeah, 205. My issue with WWE under Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon booked cruiserweights like little heavyweights. So it was like a heavyweight match, a lot of headlocks and a lot of just sitting around, not very paced until you had some standouts, but they never booked them in any regard that mattered.
Yeah, it got really awkward. Well, that's part of what made Pac work when he was there. He was the one that wouldn't wrestle the high flyer style of him and Gulak. And now look at one's a jobber on NXT and the other's out of the company. But it was that whole like you've got to make it feel something different outside of it's literally just here's the runoff. Here's what we got.
The best thing they did was when Enzo and Pac had, Pac ends up walking out, but when Enzo had the whole cruiserweight division standing around the ring and he was giving them, he was toasting all of them. And, then he comes out and they rip the belt off him through, what's his face? Kalisto returning. And that was when it was interesting.
So then I'll ask you, and this will go off of that as we're getting an AEW World Tag Team title match tomorrow. Between so we're getting Commander versus Eddie first tomorrow, by the way, on Collision. We're getting Gary Hogan versus Tony Storm, but we're getting FTR versus now at this point I can't remember who they're Ricky Starks and Big Bill for the AEW tag titles. We're getting Danielson versus Kyle Fletcher and Moxley versus Phoenix. Next Dynamite title Tuesday and a who can knock out who match. But better cruiserweight champion, Pac, Enzo, Claudio, or I'll say TJP. Or,
Claudio was a cruiserweight champion?
Not Kalisto.
Okay. I was lost here for a second. No, I mean, I think overall, I think Pac is going to be the best of the best. Heel Pac, when he found heel Pac, was outstanding.
But I'll say though, when Enzo had that belt,
oh my god! Sorry, I got distracted. Hobbs is going to fight Jericho. Fuck
yeah. We're watching Hobbs match, but when Enzo had that belt, up until accusations happened, he was what ran that company or what ran that division. I'd say not that company. He was the straw that stirred the drink.
Yeah, quite honestly, he did. He really did. Just on a side note, the native beast Nyla Rose is here with Shafir.
Marina Shafir. Taking the socks off for anyone that's got that kink.
So Wednesday we got,
why are you throwing that in a crowd? Someone's going to put that shit up on eBay here in like fucking 15 minutes.
Fair enough.
I got Marina Shavir's sock.
There you go. If Tony Khan was smart, he would have had one of the hooded men's cell phones ring with cult of personality. Make WWE. Well, they wouldn't pull him for that. That wouldn't help. That helps them.
100%.
Yeah, they're not even mad at that.
Not to mention, you lost us at the first line of if Tony Khan was smart.
Ouch.
And discussion.
Hickory Ishida.
Yes, I love to. Oh, when I always grill out on the back porch there with Hickory Ishida.
Get yours today.
Hickory Ishida wood chips there.
Commander wins. Yes, he did. Alex and Tony Khan can't read the accusations. Commander spells his name wrong. That's impossible.
Says the person with 1010 after theirs. Well, your name isn't a name, sir.
Is that a niner?
No.
Lince was
Are
in
you calling from a
MLW.
walkie-talkie?
Yeah. Lince has been doing some Ring of Honor work. He was doing some dark work. I don't know the last time that he was in MLW. A year ago?
I'm not sure, but I will say I've started to really much become
what the fuck?
Sheeta. Hi.
What happened to What happened there?
I don't. Where is there? Who is now? What?
I was just trying to figure out what happened to Stat. Oh, it was Nyla.
Yeah, Nyla's taking her out there as Marina's just dragging Sheeta and just with the ground and pound here as bell ring, as we've got, of course, Ref Aubrey here too as well. Yay.
Nikki flips. Oh, you mean Nick flips? No, I think he's talking about Commander. Why is Commander getting the spot? Nikki flips.
Oh, Rom to Rocco. That's right on time. It's flippy.
It's flippy. And be careful, Larry. We spend a lot of time around here making sure he doesn't flip. The main event is next.
Made that sound like I'm unstable.
You put those words in my mouth.
Pause.
You know,
pause even more on
that. It was all word. Pausing. Chris Statlander and Hikari Shira. Hickory Sticker.
Fucking cinnamon out here right now. Come into the stage now.
Right. Dynamite is going to start with an interesting ring far, far away.
Dun, dun.
Get out of my swamp! Like, what do you mean? We're going to far, far away.
In a con, far, far away. In a con who's high and feels far, far away.
Right. KJ Nick, would you have gave Adam Copeland's first match on free TV?
Yes.
I'm okay with that. Yes. I would have
had it. Sorry, I know you talked about this, and I think we both talked about this. If I would have had him start the show the second you go live on this day, that's the biggest thing you have fucking going in the company. So you bait the hook, and then if you got to reel him in through 2 hours, you reel him in through 2 hours. You bait the hook though out the gate instead of you just keep fucking with them until they show up in the last half hour. Now everyone's talking about the last half hour, but they're not even talking about it because of Edge. They're talking about it because of Christian.
Well, and again, I think I would have done it. Like I saw a lot of fans of like, well, they were milking it and they wanted, save it for the end. I think you get the big pop, start the night with energy, get the viewers that have tuned in early. And then during his promo, he says, later tonight, I'm coming out here and I expect my best friend to meet me in the ring. And then you thread that the whole night. Like you show Christian in the back. Hey, Christian, Edge has called you out. I don't care. Are you going to go out there? I don't know. Walk off, and you build it all night long.
I get a bit of what you're saying there, and I could go with that a halfway step there as we're in picture as Nyla Rose has got Sheeta tied up in the middle middle rope there. But you don't even have to. I don't even think you hammer it home initially that he's clearly talking about Christian. He teases of, I know that there's some people here that I have a connection to that I need to talk to. And you just leave it open-ended and everyone's instantly going to draw that connection. And then you follow through with it. And then still, I mean, I'm halfway tempted to end this stream of like, we just kind of hug it and I just go.
So what you do, and I think, again, you use that threading. We talk about WWE threading a lot. I think threading is important. So that segment you got with Jericho and Kenny, you do that between like the third and fourth or the fourth and fifth segment. And, it's just Edge walking around, bumping into people. And you keep it relevant. Or you make him the star of the entire episode. Not just fragmented.
Absolutely.
And again,
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, if you started with that and everything of every time you cut to a backstage segment with him of he talks to Jericho, he talks to Kenny, he talks to Starks, he talks to this guy and that guy, he just talked to Stan, all of that.
Yeah.
It ties it in a little bit. You tie everything, and trust me, honestly, let's be honest, there's enough of his ex-co-workers floating around there that you might not fully understand who he's talking about.
Yeah, and I just think you go for that big pop. I honestly believe, and I will say this, and I know some people don't agree with me. I've been told emphatically, in fact, online, it strikes me as very coincidental that you have a big signing on your pay-per-view on Sunday, show up, it's a big fucking deal, and Jericho is in the opening segment of Dynamite, not that star. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Well, that's now this is the breaking point. Now this is the true litmus test of, because you don't have a scapegoat. If AW spins this in 2, 3, however many months of Adam Edge Copeland was the issue, coming in and trying to be involved. All right, no, now I can't believe that. I could believe you when you pinned it on Punk. I can't believe you now. So now this is you have to fucking deliver here.
Yeah, and it goes the same way for when people are talking about Punk going to WWE. If there's any bullshit in the WWE, it doesn't matter if they show up and set Punk on fire. It's Punk's fault. He needs to stay out of shit. You avoid shit at all costs, because no matter what happens, it's on you, sir. And that's what the AEW is like. Any issues with Copeland not getting listened to, not liking the booking, getting frustrated, it is not Copeland.
Yeah, that's the gamble. But now, how do you feel if you're TK and you put this, your biggest moment, what arguably some people said Wrestle Dream was better than No Mercy, mainly in part because of Edge, Adam Copeland showing up. And then he shows up, and we know he's going to show up. We know now he's going to be there. We don't know when, but we know he's going to be there. And he's going to talk. He's going to give his mission statement. You can have that. Either no more or just more.
Yeah, maybe just keep going.
Sometimes you just go more, and you just go past the point of saturation. Sometimes you go
where I started in this bitch.
Yeah, you go too far past 180, and you end up 360.
Yeah, he's gonna figure out where his dreams are going and catch up to them later.
Bro, don't start me on Mitch Hedberg jokes. Don't start me.
Austin Aries
an escalator can never break; it can only become stairs. Right. Sorry for the convenience.
Austin Aries, my favorite 205 champion. I just feel like we didn't get enough Austin Aries, and I know he's controversial.
The same guy that rolled out of the ring and flipped everybody off at Impact. Yeah, that guy's a consummate professional.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have much of a run. He spent most of his time on commentary with WWE.
I will give him credit. He should have been more. He has a large portion of that. No one to blame but himself.
Right. Well, and again, he was in companies where he was doing main event spots. He was the heavyweight champion of the world. Now he's in WWE, and they're like, no, you're not going to make it to that plateau. Thank you. You're good, but we got some, big dudes to deal with.
But still, though, to handle that situation the way you handled it.
Sorry?
To where, like, cool, if you're unhappy with you're not going to be the main, like, you're not going to end up in a main event, but then to sit there and just lose your shit, like, yeah, calm down.
Well, yeah, I mean, no more vitamins for Larry and C Money. Cut. Big Dog said you're out.
When did this turn into closing time?
I think everyone's like, this Rampage time.
That's gonna be the new theme for Friday Night Rampages. Closing time. This is the last call for wrestling for Wrestle Hall. Pause.
Right. Jericho is going to get killed by Hobbs. I will bet you a virtual high five that Jericho beats Hobbs and shits all over this young guy getting a real nice shine last week.
I don't want
get a
that
roll
to
up
happen.
win.
I'll give you a virtual high five if Hobbs does end Chris Jericho. Like, if just Chris Jericho doesn't exist past Saturday, I'm fine with that.
Well, I might jump for joy a little bit, but yeah, I think Jericho will beat Hobbs, which makes me very sad. And again, the backwards booking of Jericho because his ego's bigger than his heart. Oh,
WCW.
I'm telling you, I got a Jera Hogan coming. I was hashtagging shit Jera Hogan all week. Jera Hogan.
Sheeta with a diving crossbody on the Bows moving on the outside.
Oh. By pulling
on Tuesday, we're getting Hikaru Shida versus Saraya for the AEW Women's Championship. Yes. So Shida's winning that match.
What's a more exciting matchup? Hickory Sticka versus Saraya? Or
Hickory Barbecue versus
Or Asuka versus Roxy. What's more compelling on paper?
Oh, 100%. I'll tell you the match I haven't seen before, and I'll let you figure out which one I'm talking about, because I think we all know. Asuka versus Roxanne Perez, 100% is the way more entertaining match.
Oh, yeah.
Because guess what? I haven't seen it beaten to fucking death on every Rampage, on every fucking Collision, etc.
Again, I think out of the four, Saraya at this stage in her career is just not at the same level as the other two or three.
No. She out of the four women that have been mentioned there, she is the weakest of the four.
Oh, we're gonna powerbomb on Rose. Hickory sticker going to the top.
Yeah, I got a Doomsday Destroyer. I've got a big ass elbow to Marina Shafir, which I like. Marina. Isn't it interesting though that she hasn't been involved in the MGF Adam Cole Roddy shit though, when she's very clearly Roddy's wife.
Right? No, because if you have
she ain't doing shit out, so might as well.
If you incorporate a woman into his life, the story becomes unbelievable because no lady would put up with that.
Because this story right now is just so fucking believable. This man sits there and checks in and out of fucking hospitals as they fucking travel through town.
The traveling hospital visits.
Right. Yeah, we were traveling.
Wait.
We got a Holy Sheeta sign as Hikaru Shida.
Wasn't that the Rampage
1, 2, 3 over Marina Shafir in the very seductive, sultry pin there?
Did she not just do the Saraya's Rampage finisher? Which it's funny because Excalibur is
better than Saraya.
Why would he not point out that was Saraya's finisher she used?
Because they don't know what they're doing. And B, I was going to say because she hit it better than Saraya does.
Right. So Hickory Shida gets the pin. We're going off.
Hickory Chips just picked up the fucking win.
Hickory Sticka takes the W with Statlander. And that is Rampage. I felt like it never happened.
Rampage, we hardly knew you.
We hardly knew you. So we will take a rating if you want. Was that a nip slip? Nick, did your nip slip out?
I don't know. Do you want it to?
Oh, Billy.
Don't ask if you don't want. I was going to say, I was going to make the joke of, hey, look, I've got my NHL draft right now as I'm watching the film of 2012. This is my fucking NHL draft team right now.
I thought you meant the Mighty Ducks we were on.
Quack, 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 quack. Coach Bombay.
What's up, Hassine? Are you guys coming on Fastlane?
No,
we're not doing at all. On Peacock tomorrow night. Yes, Hassine, we will be here.
That was worse.
We will be here on the Fastlane. Oh, never mind.
Don't. What is it? Just say yes or no.
I'm with Bash. Moving on. That Jericho definitely beats Hobbs 100%. I'm telling you, Jericho's booking has been appalling. Where's Sergio?
When hasn't it been though? That's the thing.
Where's Sergio?
When has it been good?
I know he gets to do it. Sergio, if you're listening, is Chris Jericho good? I want to know.
And if you say yes, you're a fucking liar.
I got enough vitamins to make nearly everyone in the stream funny to me.
You can have that. We try to be funny without the vitamins, but you can have that.
Right. Why Jericho going over Hobbs? Just the way it is. He shouldn't be going over Hobbs, but he will. He should have been a heel with Callis. He didn't do that because he likes people singing his song. It's ridiculous. He was going into Wembley, and he had to be a babyface so he could do a Queen tribute, even though Osprey was clearly the hometown favorite. Fuck.
A little bit. So, no, you're fine. I just saw Alan, and I'm just thinking of that fucking groundhog. Alan.
Funny Farm, ooh, and AEW. Well, good work, bros. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. Good to see you. TK just putting random matches together. Yes. Yes.
Show me AEW booking.
That's can I take accurate for 1,000?
Right. Can I take AEW booking for 100, Alex?
This one's for you, for fuck's sake.
Oh, why?
Why?
Poor light puffy flap. What did I even just read right there?
I can't believe you did it. You did it so well. You didn't hiccup. You didn't stumble. You got right through that nonsense.
I got to. Knicks. What? All right. I don't know what you're trying to say, sir. But you can have that, and I feel like I'm probably gonna end up mad about it. So
right. I agree with you, Vance. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll say it live. I'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe he won. But I really think Jericho will steal the win.
But that's the thing, though, is when it comes to predicting how an AW show will go, do you go with common sense or do you go with Tony Khan? Because they're not the same.
No, and it's not even Tony Khan, I think, in this instance. It's Tony, this is what I want to do. Okay, Jericho, whatever you like. And that's it. That's how this has been working.
You think it's so much. Well, you've seen people report that it's so much, well, not even just with Jericho, that whole locker room, everything. It's, the Wild Wild West. I'm going straight to the Wild Wild West.
Right? It's like if you've ever done a group project with people and you want the project to kind of have one voice and as you present it, but when you collaborate with a bunch of people, it's hard to do that. So you can kind of tell when it's not achieved well, you can tell that multiple people had a vision. And that's what I feel like Dynamite and Rampage and Collision feel like at times, that it's just a bunch of people's ideas all stuck to the Bristol board for one project.
Yeah, well, you can very much tell when it's a collection of idiots versus a team. And I'd like to say 100%, I think you can very much tell when we're a team versus some other people that's a collection of idiots. So absolutely. Yeah, it's everybody's doing everything and doing all that they want to do. So none of it makes sense. It's fucking whose line is it anyway? All we're missing is fucking Colin Mockery, fucking Ryan Styles, Wayne Brady, and Drew Carey.
Well, and I think that's what happened with the other company when it was at its best was as much as there was Russos and the Cornettes of the world and the Pritchards and everybody had their own opinions and there was wrestlers that wanted their say, it went through a filter, which was Vince McMahon. Yes. For better or worse, it was one voice, one message that ended up getting pushed out to the audience. And I think Tony's got to have a better grasp and a better funnel of the talent and of the ideas. Maybe.
I don't think he knows how to do it. Like, that's the thing is I think that's one of those of just that doesn't exist in his genome. Like that's not an option.
Right. Folks, we're going to shout out last call to the chat because Nick and I are going to take a quick pause and then we will be right back live for the Fastlane predictions, which could be anywhere from a 5-minute stream to a 3-hour stream. So strap in, strap on. That will be fun. I mean, Rampage, I'm not even going to rate it because really I didn't overly pay attention to it. If Tony won't take it serious, I don't think I should have to either.
Yeah. I'll grade it with welcome to AEW Rampage, where the matches are made up and the points don't matter anyways.
There you go. But what else we got? Cody had the vision. I agree. But I have a blueberry indica hybrid. Nice. Yeah, you guys don't even want to start talking about that. I'm not going to do it on stream. I don't even think I'm allowed, but the collection is mighty over here.
I was going to say, you're more allowed than I am, and I am in the state that literally its fucking motto is live free or die. So
it's sad. People would think I have a problem if they could see the stash.
Oh no, bro! You've shown it to me, and I'm just constantly just jealous, constantly of like. So I got this, and I'm like, I'm gonna choke you. Do you want to get hurt now or later?
You change the laws, they'll send you some shit. 3 out of 10.
Don't act like I ain't fucking trying here.
I have to put it in like a Pringles can and to chip it over. 0 out of 10 socks.
There's shit across the border.
Right.
Me and KJ just hug it out at the border and just grabbing on his cheeks or whatever to grab the thing.
That's not it. 4 out of 10 for Rampage. See you tomorrow. -1 out of 10. You can't make me read this show. You're right. We can't, and I won't. 8 out of 10. Holy Sheeta. Oh my God, the suffering is over. All right, folks, the suffering is over. We are going to take a pause for the cause, mentally prepare, kind of wash the Rampage office a little.
Right.
We will be back. Don't go anywhere. 11:45 Eastern time, which is very close to right now. And we will see you soon. See you on the. Do you want to do your gimmick?
Our shit is, well, I don't know. You just started rolling through, so I was like, okay.
I forgot. I'm in a rush.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you're going to put that for life with it.
That's it. See you on the flip side, folks. Come back in like 10 minutes and come back tomorrow. Thank you. Good night. I forgot.